Do you know where the smelter is? Here, I'm trying to make the
in Bloodhoof. I don't know if there is one, man. I'm not sure. Alright, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. It's been a week since the last PvP tournament. Thanks for hanging out again today. We're going to be doing these every week. A 1v1 tournament, just light and polite. Couple good brawlers battling it out for a chunk of change. Today, we have a pretty decent tournament.
Get teleported back.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can drop you a portal on the page. So we are live now. Sasuke, I just wanted to introduce you to the stream. So guys, Sasuke, I just met him recently. He's a rogue in Onslaught. He's been around, private server boy. Played on Henhouse, I think, right? Played on some of the servers, and very much PvP minded. Wants to do a lot of PvP events moving forward. So it was really nice to meet him. We're organizing a cross-faction PvP tournament coming up in the next coming weeks, which will be really cool. That's kind of Sasuke's brainchild. Sasuke meets Stream. Stream meets Sasuke. Is going to help Shopcast today. How's it going, man?
It's going well, man. Thanks for the introduction. I mean, you kind of said it all, but I've just been playing. I started playing on Chronos, and then Elysium had come out, so then I re-rolled Rogue. Absolutely fell in love with it. Couldn't touch another class since, and now we're here, I guess. So.
Right on, bro. It's good to have you. I'm tossing you down a portal over here on my alt Carmage to Ormar. We'll summon you back when you're ready. All right, so welcome back to the stream, guys. Thanks, thanks again for your support, and apologies in advance for the inevitable scuffed content that's going to take place here today. But we will do our best. If you guys want to follow around with the bracket, I will put a link to the bracket in the chat now. So it's going to be challonge.com/scarum2. This will be a VOD after the fact as well. So if you do have to tap out midway, you can watch it again later. All right, what's up, Bitmetal, Triple LG? Who we got in here today? Hunter, Adrian. What is up, everybody? How our Warriors 1v1 thought Rogues were impossible to beat 1v1. Well, we'll see, Avian. We'll see how it pans out. We have a little bit more class diversity this week. We have a Druid. We have a Warrior in the bracket, so it should be a good time. Should be a good time. All right. So I'm going to jump up to, sorry, quick intro stream. Just wanted to touch base with you guys before. I'm going to join the lobby now and get some of these matches going. All right, guys. Hello, hello. We are live. Just getting started here with the stream, but welcome again. We're going to get started with the matches now. So the play area is going to be over by this bonfire. So the first match of the day we have... Let's see who we have. We have Brostradamus versus Nidus. Go from the bottom to the top. So kindly make your way over to the bonfire. And it's going to be a best of 5. Are you guys clear with the rules here? Let me drag Sasuke back up again too if you have any questions. Okay, so this is going to be Rogue Warlock. Brostradamus, Nidus, you guys have both read the rules, right? Any questions about this? It's a little bit different. This will T allowed. No potions this time. Last week was different, right? Everything kind of went last week. But yeah. You guys feeling good about it?
All clear.
All clear. Okay. So, and again, the Rogue is going to get the opener here, right? Sasuke, we're gonna confirm get the opener.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Best of 5. Best of luck to you guys. We'll pop back up after the match concludes. One second there it is. I don't know why I keep server muting you every time I drag you down here. Okay. Can you hear me, man?
Yeah, it's because I'm evil, apparently. That's why.
Take a look at the gear real quick. Okay. So, oh man, I don't know if you can see the stream or not, but I just like it's it's kind of cool. A little foreplay before the duel. Take a look at the gear. I'm checking out Nidus's gear right now. Got the T2 helm on, Mark of the Forging. Was he got double Dalrens, Ultra Flash Shadow Reflector. He came to party today. Gnomish Death Ray. How do you think Death Ray is going to do in this matchup, man?
Personally, I think that Death Ray is a little bit risky, especially against the Warlock. I agree that he wants some sort of burst, but the way that you get that burst is really just trying to set up for
James, it's crazy to see your
through the opener and
success
trying to set up for that
starting
cold
out
blooded fist
selling
rate and really
pizza
getting like a
boxes to
1500,
founding a
1600 burst and being able to
gaming
potentially get a
platform to
emerge
being a
afterwards. You
successful
know,
streamer.
that's usually how I
Wish you the
kill
best of
Warlocks
the
when I
luck.
get that finisher.
Best
Because
Connor
as soon as you
T
lose
for
that control,
Temple
you kind
U.
of start to use the duel.
Gotcha. So potentially a little risky. Yo, thank you so much for the $10, Connor, dude. Good to hear from you. One of my freaking college buddies just donated on stream. Thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. Okay. What spec do you think would be the best against this Warlock here?
Honestly, against Warlocks, I think that the Dagger spec usually has the upper hand just because there's a lot more burst. And because of that, it kind of gives you a lot more ability to just kind of, you know, like not necessarily have to control. So it kind of evens out, right? Like you sacrifice a little bit of control for a little bit more damage. And I think specifically in the Warlock matchup, it's really a lot more useful. Okay.
Gotcha. So we're looking at the Warlock now. 2 pieces of Nemesis. So we got the legs off Rag as well. He made a little progression this week. This guy Broshadam is pretty stacked. He was in the duel tournament last week playing as SL. So we'll see what he came to the party with today. Interesting. He's opening up with the Voidwalker. We'll see if he's gone for a Destro spec. He's got resistances on Cloak. He's got the 3-piece Felheart bonus for the improved efficacy on Drains. Quite nice to see. He has Mage Blade. Dude, this man is stacked. This man is absolutely stacked right now. Frobog Medicine Pouch in a default state. Love to see that versus a Rogue. Other than that, looking pretty straightforward. He's got Banthok Sash on. I wonder why. He has Felheart Robes. It's a little bit overkill on hit, potentially, right? You only need 3% hit, spell hit. So maybe like to see a Felheart piece here instead of this. But anyway, we are good to duel. Who do you think's taking it, Sasuke?
It's hard to tell. Usually, you know, after the first... I want to say that the Warlock is slightly favored, especially because he has the Voidwalker out already. But he, you know, the Rogue is undead, so he can break out of these spheres and really just create a lot of pressure just by being able to stick on him. So we'll see how the Rogue's able to handle the Voidwalker sack, and if he's able to just kind of realize that all he needs to do is blind and sap and just wait out the sacrifice, it's really going to change up the matchup. Yeah, that's one thing. If you can get the Warlock if you can force out that pet sack and get a reset on, that's worst case scenario for a Warlock, I have to say. I kind of like the Voidwalker pick here, though. You know, you could try and make something happen with the Succubus. That's probably what I try and do, and then try and coil off the Wodoff, and then continue to get some value from Succubus. But you know, straight up just getting the coil into fear can't be bad, right? In phase 1. So he's not he didn't Wodoff here, right? He has Siphon Life on him. He's going for a deeper Affliction type of build, creating some serious space against the Rogue. Rogue already 50% health. Broshadamus trying to get an Immolate on. There's the Shadow Reflector. As you guys can see, we have these lovely weak auras now above the player frames. Broshadamus taking it. Round 1. How would you diagnose what happened there? It's kind of cool. We're a Warlock and a Rogue caster, and we're watching a Warlock and a Rogue duke it out. I mean, I wish I was there live, but that was definitely really well played by Nidus and Broshadamus. I feel like if Nidus had done a little bit more cheeky plays and just seeing if he could force out the Death Coil earlier just by popping the Shadow Reflector immediately, it may have changed up the matchup. You know, and then it would have forced Broshadamus to be a little bit more careful on his Death Coils, but Broshadamus definitely got a really good Death Coil off, and it completely changed the matchup and allowed him to just dominate that round.
Yeah, isn't that the main thing you're trying to reflect, right? The most high impact thing is the Rogue is trying to get that Death Coil reflected, right? That's just so important if you can get that out, and trying to predict when the Warlock is going to do that. Yeah, apologies for not getting you out of here. I kind of blanked. We'll summon you back right after this ASAP. So Rogue opening up round 2. Cheap shot, no Orc stun resist there. Full kidney shot, both stuns connecting. Broshadam is seriously in trouble. There goes the sack on the Voidwalker. That's a 6 demon bag out with the Fell Hunter. He didn't resummon that. Creating a little bit of space here. It's a Hemo Rogue. There's the Gouge. Let's see how long that sacrifice holds. Looking like the Rogue's in a really good spot here. He's going for the drain tanking play here. I feel like the tempo is on the Rogue side, based on my limited experiences here, and it's looking like Nidus is going to take round 2.
Beautiful banish.
Yeah, absolutely. Just really tempoing out those cooldowns. Are they summoning you back, man? Let me, should I grab you?
Yes, please, if possible.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, apologies about that. Okay, someone's coming out for you. 1 sec. summon on my mage. Okay, no, we got chat. We got chat here. Okay, we're good, right? We are good. There he is, the man, the myth, Sasuke here. Okay, so round 1, going to the Warlock. Round 2, going to the Rogue. It seems like they started that second match pretty quick, too. I don't know if he had Death Coil up for that. Probably didn't. So that makes a big deal. I'd probably want to milk the 1 minute, like, refractory period between duels if I was the Warlock, because Death Coil, against many matchups, is just, like, the biggest deal. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, having the death coil available in between each round is like the difference between dying and living, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So it looks like Brostradamus. Oh yeah, I'll tell him we're ready. Okay, so it looks like he went for a deeper affliction build. He got Siphon Life, right? That's not obtainable if you're going to get a bunch of the Destro stuff. He's playing kind of a heavier spread pressure dot kind of build, using the Voidwalker. So here we go. Duel number 3, starting up. The Rogue connecting with the first stun there. As you can see, a cheap shot. Not getting resisted. There's the Death Coil into the Fear. Are we going to see a repeat of Duel 1? No, the Fear didn't appear to connect. I guess maybe a resist. What do you think about that? Just a hard resist?
Yeah, he may have just pre-popped his Will of the Forsaken, predicting the Fear to go out. And here he goes. He's waiting out the Voidwalker sack just to see if he can get that sap up. Here it is. And he's going to wait off Siphon Life and hopefully get up another opener up onto him. See what happens here, but it's definitely a Nidus' favor at this point.
Absolutely. This is a worst case scenario for the Warlock here. Using the sack, getting 0 value from it, the Rogue opening up clean with fresh DRs. We're going to have to hope for a Orc Stun Resist. I think that's an Orc Stun Resist right there. Wound Poison being applied to the target right there. Attempting to drain tank, but again, like on matchup number 2, it looks like the tempo's on the Rogue side right here. Connects with the Fear, though. Big deal. Let's see how much damage he can do here. Was that it appears that the Warlock Hellstone into First Aid. A nice play right there.
This looks like it's over here for Nidus. I don't see him coming back on this. That was a huge Fear. It completely swung the tempo in his favor, and this Siphon Life is just allowing the just kind of drain tank back.
Now, from the Rogue's perspective, how is that Fear able to connect with him? I'm curious. It's pretty tough getting just hard casting anything right in a Rogue's face like that.
I think Nidus had gone for the kick, so Brostradamus knew that it was safe to go for the Fear there. Usually, you know, in these scenarios, you just kind of have to cast the Fear and try and predict his kick and just cancel the cast beforehand. Otherwise, it's just going to be game over.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sorry, I'm blanking here. I'm a goldfish. Are we up 2-1? 2-1 Warlock? 2-1 Warlock? Is there only one that the
2-1? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really like, so for those of you watching on the stream, we have this new weak aura running, so you can now see some of the debuffs above their head. I'm not sure if you guys enjoy this or not. I'm kind of in love with it, man. It just makes the viewership experience a little bit better, watching it, seeing what debuffs are impacting them and stuff here. All right. Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the Shadow Reflector usage here? I'd like to see him pop it really aggressively right at the beginning of the duel and preempt sort of the Warlock turning it around. You know, you do your opener, then you just preemptively pop it off. We tried experimenting with Shadow Reflector, and it's a little bit janky with the 400 millisecond batching. Like, sometimes you can't really reflector that consistently once the projectile is in the air. I don't know if you noticed that at all, man, but it can still kind of hit you. And you know, it seems like you can make the best use of it if you just aggressively kind of pre-pop it for tempo.
Yeah, usually what I like to do is, you know, I'll test the Warlock to see if he's going to try and let me bait out his cooldowns. And after the first duel, I kind of get a feel for what that kind of Warlock's playstyle is. But definitely, you just kind of, like, at least in the first duel, you just kind of want to preempt it to see if you can just force out an early Death Coil. And if you can get that, then that's usually, you know, they're not going to do the same thing, obviously, right? But it gives you one good win, and it really kind of sets the tempo for the rest of the match.
Absolutely. So he did he would off that first Fear. Gets the sack off. I don't know if we saw Reflect there. Ooh, big damage. That must have been a Nightfall proc. Nightfall proc getting the Rogue real low there, and he's taking it. So Brostradamus up 3-1. Some good duels there. Some good duels.
Yeah, I kind of missed that old duel there. That was honestly really well played by Brosadamus. An early sack when Nidus had kind of gotten that early advantage, and then just kind of swung the whole tempo because he already had the dots on him and he wasn't really able to just recover. So really, really well played by Brosadamus.
Absolutely. All right. So we have our first movement on the bracket. Very cool. Nostradamus taking it. All right, I will be right back, man. I'm going to pop up there and just set up the next one.
Sure thing.
All right, very well played. Congrats, Nostradamus, man. Some nice play there. Next up, we have Defunct, the last week's winner, versus Larcifer. So if you guys can kindly make your way down to the bonfire. I'm not sure if Larcifer is in Discord. Oh, no, he is. I spoke with him before. See you guys down here. Okay, so Larcifer's Defunct. That is some...
Looks like it's a mirror match, right?
Warlock versus Warlock. Warlock on Warlock. This will be an interesting one. You know, I didn't know if anybody was going to go for that Deeper Affliction kind of build. I was assuming everyone was going to go Destro. It was cool to see a Deeper Affliction lock. I wonder if this is going to be Destro, something I have very little experience with, the mirror for Destro. Not sure if they're here. There's Larcifer. Let me message him.
Yeah, so a friend of mine, his name is Fried. He was in my 5-man leveling group. Really good warrior. He always calls Defunct Funky Pot, so I've gotten kind of into the rhythm of calling him Funky Pot.
Yep, we'll call him Funky Pot. That's his name. That's his name for sure. That's his Twitch handle and everything too. I think Defunct might be AFK for a second, so we'll skip over to the next one. We'll do Max Ripper versus Sumo next. Let me let him know. All right, I think Funky Pot might be AFK for a second. Next up, we'll get Max the Ripper and Sumo. Are you guys here in the Discord? You guys hear me?
Sumo has deafened.
Sumo is deafened. Okay. Let's whisper him. Okay, so Sumo versus Max the Ripper. All right. So next up we have one of the crowd favorites from last week, man. Sumo, Elemental Shaman. He came with the Alarmo bot. He had all the trinkets and gadgets. He does have War Chief's Blessing on him though, right? So we're gonna have him remove that.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh, he removed it. Okay, great. So let's take a look at Sumo's gear. Looks like he got a new robe. I don't think he had Earth Free investments last week. Looks like he picked up a new piece. He's pretty stacked shaman. Hand of Edward the Odd. You love to see this very flavorful, cool, iconic vanilla weapon. Sacred Protector. So it's Warlock versus Shaman, dude. How do you feel about this matchup, Sasuke?
I think it's going to come down to the ability to Sumo's ability to place his grounding totems, right? If he's able to just kind of get the grounding totem to eat the death coil, I think it's going to spell doom for the Warlock. But otherwise, I think that it's going to be up to the Warlock to win this. You know, I think it's really just about the skill matchup here. I think that Larcifer definitely has a good opportunity to win it. But just he has to be really wary of the amount of health that Sumo does have and understand that he's going to have to play around it. I definitely think that the best option he has is to put out the Fell Hunter and try and get these really clutch spell locks, right? And force the pressure that way.
Definitely. You got to make sure you clear out those totems and get a clean, get your CC off clean on Shamans too, because if you miss like a spell lock or you miss a fear or something, it's eaten. It can be really, really bad. So I don't know. Okay, no, he is here. He is here. Okay, good.
And it looks like he is opting in for the Peliner, which I think, again, is the correct choice here. I'm really interested to see how he does, because he's going for the Spell Crit, which leads me to believe that he is going for Destro's Spec. just because spell crit's really nice when you have such high burst, and you just want to increase that burst with more critical strikes, so you can get those crits in just 100 to 0 people.
How do you feel about Noggin Fogger, though? Are we allowing Noggin Fogger? That's one thing. I think, I don't know if that was a allowed consumable, because that'll eat Fell Hunter Devour Magics.
That's not allowed.
Okay, I'll whisper him right now. All right, so he should be taking that one off, because that would make an impact, man. That's you know, going to really reduce the likelihood that the Devour Magic is going to connect against something meaningful. So we did remove those pretty much instantly.
And then he has one more, I think, the magic resistance.
Let's take a look at Ripper's gear. So he's got Cap of the Scarlet Savant. Really cool, expensive item to have crafted. The Crit Head, some people call it, the 2% critical strike on there. On a Star's Heirloom, this nice stam neck, I'm using that as well. Blood Etched Blade, really nice as well. Blood of the Martyr. He's got the Talisman of Ephemeral Power. This could, you know, in a really high tempo duel, man, getting like freaking flask level spell power, that's nothing to sleep on. You know, that could actually really be a really big deal if he makes good use of that. 2-piece Necropile, Fell Heart. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. I think this is a pretty even one. All right, so he is opting for the Fell Hunter. That's one thing we should talk about. It might be too late right now. He's pre-putting the totems down. I assume that's going to be okay. Shaman placing the totems in advance, since you can kind of see what he's placed, right? So you can kind of just play around whatever he's placed down. I like how he's placing his totems down in kind of a staggered way too. So we have the duel starting off. Grenade.
Huge grenade to land on a Ripper. Let's see if he's able to link it up with a Chain Lightning. He's going to land a Lightning Bolt. Here comes the Chain Lightning, but Ripper is just kind of being dominated right now. Sumo is going to be pressured by these dots. We'll see what happens. He kind of misses this Fire Nova Totem, which really changes up the matchup. He's going for these heals, but still no silence up. We'll see what happens.
Oh man, dude, Ripper actually. Signs of life coming out of Ripper here. Getting out of range of that Grounding Totem possibly. Big damage on the Sumo. You know, I was not expecting that, Sasuke. I was not expecting that. He really turned it around right there. Sumo opened up so strong. He ate a Nightfall proc. Did you see that? The Shadow Bolt just got flung into it. Might have been a Death Quill, but something got, you know, something pretty high impact got thrown into that Grounding Totem back over there too. Well played by Ripper.
Very well played. Yeah, I didn't see what happened there. Maybe it was a Death Quill. It definitely seemed like, you know, Sumo was going to win that, but all of a sudden he dropped from 2,700 health down to like 300 health, and these dots are just wearing away at him, and he just kind of fell to the waist.
So far we're seeing 2 Warlocks here, both not Destro, man. A couple things I like about those specs though, man, is they're not as shard heavy, man. Like they're not as shard heavy with I don't know. My spec right now is very shard heavy. I hope it works out. I'm not the most experienced Destro Warlock, but anyway.
Yeah, Warlocks consume shards like candy, man. Huge silence to start this off. We'll see if he's going to be able to pair it up with the Fear. Sumo popping the Shadow Reflector to kind of negate that here. Ripper going to open up with an Emulate here. We'll see if it gets shocked. He's running away. He pops his Raw Family Trinket. He's running away again, trying to set up these Emulates. We'll see what happens. Sumo, though, in the lead. Max the Ripper just getting whittled down. We'll see if he's going to be able to take it back here, and Ripper not able to handle this one. Yeah,
that time Sumo definitely feeling like he was ahead the whole time there. Now, me as a Warlock, I guess my opener on this versus a Shaman is I like to stand on top of the totem, see if they have a grounding down or what they have down. I like to melee one and just clean them up a little bit. Maybe I can just sink a random spell into the grounding, clean up the tremor, and then go for a spell lock into a Fear sometimes. Sometimes I just use the Blanket Silence and do something like that. I like to get that controlled opener versus them, and I think I'm able to do it relatively consistently, just because you know, it can feel really bad if your spell lock if your spell lock can't connect, or if your if any of your spells get sunk down into a Grounding Totem. If you can open up on them clean, that's my favorite way to fight Shamans.
Yeah, fair. I think that one thing that I've seen like a good Warlock do is they'll just use a rank 1 Corruption while they have their Succubus, and then they'll Seduce, and that way they're really able to just kind of set the tempo. I guess it also really depends on whether or not the Shaman has already pre-popped the Tremor, but he's not doing it here. He's just opening up with the Searing Totem, and Max Lurper already on the back foot again. We'll see what happens. Here comes the shadow resistance, I think, from Max the Ripper. Sumo just kind of wailing on him with these auto attacks, just trying to whittle down into him and get these free casts. We'll see what happens. He gets Earthshocked here. Max the Ripper kind of on the back foot here. He's going to start getting this kite. He's running away from Sumo. He's able to get these dots off. Sumo getting this lesser heal off. He's going to get Shadow Bird. Max the Ripper so low. We'll see what happens.
Wow, dude, insane. I was not expecting. You saw Sumo pop that battle chicken. It's funny, dude. Wow. That was looking like Sumo was ahead, and then just this massive swing back. It's got to be Shadow Burn, right? I think that's what it is, man. It's just really switching the tempo back into the Warlock's favor. When you see that big chunk and it looks like you're not sure what happened and the health just drops, oftentimes that's Shadow Burn. Shadow Burn hits so hard. And if you have the shards to spare and you can use it off cooldown, if you can get off 2 Shadow Burns in a duel, man, that's a ton of damage.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with when he gets all 3 dots up on him. It's just kind of so difficult for Sumo to just kind of deal with it, honestly, right? It's going to be 3,000 damage coming in, period, passively from Max the Ripper. And if Max the Ripper can shorten off that time with the Shadow Burn, it really swings the tempo.
Yeah. So I see some comments right now in the chat. People saying Curse of Tongues. Curse of Tongues is pretty debilitating if you're an elemental shaman. Sometimes it feels like they have to go some kind of shock spec in order to beat you. But at the same note, it's interesting to see a line of play where he is, using Curse of Agony and potentially amplified Curse of Agony just for pressure. Because sometimes it may not be the shaman matchup; it could be other matchups as well. But if you are relying on like corruption and drain life damage to kill your opponent, you can really feel that lack of pressure from the Warlock perspective. And some classes can attrition you. So, okay, there's the early spell lock, and it is connecting right there. I'd love to see some sort of CC off the back end of that. Just getting them fully dotted up here. There's the Death Coil.
Beautiful Death Coil, yeah. I think this is Max the Ripper's to win here. Sumo's already on the back foot. Max the Ripper still has a bit touched, and there's just so much damage coming in from these dots. I really want to see what happens here. Oh my gosh, a beautiful burst from Sumo. He's still on the back foot, though. He's trying to get these heals off, and his Shadow Burn is just taking over. Max the Ripper just drain lifing for the win here, and he's going to be able to get it.
Very cool. Very cool. That's 3 for Ripper, right? I believe so.
Sir.
Wow, so one of the crowd favorites, Sumo, getting eliminated in the first round. You kind of hate to see it. See the Ellie Shaman going down, but well played to both. All right, let's see what we got up next here. Go ahead and list them as the winner. All right, let's do Defunct versus Larcifer if they're around. Let's see if Defunct is, or Funky Pot rather.
Yeah, I see him here in Moldor. I don't know where he is here in Moldor though.
Defunct versus Larcifer. Okay, yeah, Funky Pot is there.
I think in a Warlock versus Warlock matchup, being the Undead is really, really favorable because you get access to Will of the Forsaken, and it just allows you to break such a clutch fear in the worst possible times for you, and it really changes up the matchup. So I like that Funky Pot's opting in for the Bell Hunter. I think the spell lock is going to be really huge in the matchup. I know that they're not going to be casting too much, but being able to lock somebody out when they're casting the fear can really, really swing the tempo. So
definitely,
I really want to see what's going to happen.
I do know that Larcifer is kind of new to the whole dueling scene too. So I'm kind of low-key rooting for him. If he got the instant sack on the Voidwalker there, an interesting decision right there. I don't know if he's stacked up with his self buffs. Maybe he thinks this is the best chance of being able to get some value out of that before it gets potentially purged off. Death Coil right off the back of that Woda, if you like that. It's really nice. So Will of the Forsaken is a horror effect, and you can horror effect them even though they Will of the Forsaken, right? So that's one thing you can do, like versus an Undead Rogue or something. You can eat a little bit of the cheap shot, and then as soon as they would, if you can Death Coil them off that. So Defunct taking that one pretty decisively, I have to say. Let's check out Defunct's gear right here. Let's see how stacked this Onslaught Warlock is. Got the Crimson Felt Hat, got a 3-piece Fell Heart. That's a very, very powerful set bonus. Arbiter's Blade, rocking the Spellstone, Shadow Reflector. He's got the Talisman of Ephemeral Power. This man is pretty stacked. How do you feel about Talisman, dude? I feel like Talisman is pretty sick in duels.
I mean, getting you know, an entire flask for 30 seconds is nothing, or 15 seconds is nothing to stop at. I mean, it is the difference between, you know, doing an 800 shadow bolt and and a 900, maybe even 1,000 shadow bolt, which is, it's dramatic.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's big. I mean, you sacrifice some utility, right? Because you could have something else that would provide some sort of maybe control or some sort of necromancer type effect. But man, yeah, I kind of wish I had a talisman do 3-drop for us, and I passed on him. I kind of want that. That's one of the next things I really want on my character. All right, so they're opening up full row of warlock dots up on Larcifer, spell locked.
Beautiful spell lock on Larcifer. I mean, he is just immediately behind on tempo. He's trying to cast these shadow bolts here, but I just don't see him coming back after that beautiful spell lock.
Defunct making use of that reflector trinket. You saw that shadow bolt ping pong back there. Well played by Defunct. Funky pot. Funky pot.
It's fun to say, isn't it? Funky pot. It just kind of like rolls, you know?
Absolutely.
We'll see if Larcifer can take off a game here, but I know Funky Pot has been playing a Warlock since our private, you know, vanilla Warlock for over 6 years. So he's very well versed, and he's kind of experienced in all these matchups. So, you know, he didn't pick an undead for no reason. He wanted to do PvP, and he knows the matchups that he's most afraid of. So we'll see how Larcifer is going to be able to handle this. But honestly, again, Defunct just putting him on the back foot here, able to get this beautiful spell lock, and Larcifer just so far behind at this point, it's kind of hard to see him coming back.
For sure. I think he put up a better fight there on that last one, though. Chipped away at the health a little bit more there. Set it up for the Fell Hunter as well. So maybe a little bit of lack of experience here, but again, this is something that he just wanted to do. You know, this is an open invite to everybody, right? And Larcifer's been a good sport about it. He just wants to participate and, you know, do his thing. So, you know, well, kudos to Larcifer for giving it his best shot. And that's 3, right? I think he took 3 there. So Defunct, GDs. GDs.
Yeah.
GDs.
No, I think Larcifer played that really well. You know, for somebody who isn't as experienced as Funky Pot, to be able to adapt and trying to change up his matchup and his plays. And he decided to go for the Fell Hunter in game 2. And then in game 3, he was kind of able to you know, to put pressure on Defunct and really kind of force Defunct to change up his play style at least a little bit. So very well played.
Absolutely, man. All right, my man Sasuke. I think we'll do you next, man. Sasuke versus Sheltzo. So I'll try my best to commentate over this in the least cringy way possible, considering you're here right next to me. But should be good. So let's see if he's around. Sasuke. All right, Sheltzo is here. He's here to play. This is the Destro Warlock, one of the crowd favorites from last week. One thing's different, though. Immediately right off the bat, it appears that he picked up a Tier 2 helm this past week, so a little bit of improvement on his gear there. Opting for a little bit more stamina with the Arena Master trinket. An interesting call right there. A little bit under-geared, I have to say, and that's part of the reason why people are really definitely rooting for Sheltzo. He played Destruction last week, and now he's going up against Sasuke. Sasuke opened up strong here. No Orc stun resist on that initial cheap shot connecting. Bear out Peasant Collar, so much tempo, trying to recover with the grenade, and just like that, ladies and... Oh, signs of life. He barely was out of the duel. The dual threshold there, trying to get a Howl of Terror off on the Bear out Peasant Collars. Those things provide massive pushback. Sasuke, though, able to slip back into the comfort of stealth, and that is very rough for the Warlock. He's trying to desperately get a Rain of Fire off or something, trying to go for the Food and Water. Food and Water is authorized. Let's see if he can connect with this Seduce in time no, unfortunate. Sasuke opening up with so much pressure there, just unrecoverable tempo right there. We'll see though. I'm not like super well versed with the rogue cooldowns and how much he used there, so it might be a type of thing that maybe he expended a lot of resources there to get that burst done. We'll see if he was able to if he has enough in the tank for this next one, right? Because it is a best of 5. So Sheltzo immediately dropping the dual flag back down. He also used the Oni book. So that's kind of unfortunate. That's a pretty nice cooldown to use the Ancient Cornerstone Grimoire. Did pop that during that duel, so we won't have that for the next upcoming one. So the dual flag is dropped. Looks like they're getting positioned to get started here. They're both just posturing, biding their time. Sasuke, the Orc Rogue, getting ready to open up. Cheap shot not getting resisted. Hemo, crippling poison. There is the seduction from the Succubus. So there's really nothing he can do right now unless he had a Scald Impending Doom or something to get it to remove this. So Soulfire into a Death Coil. You love to see it. That's something that I really like. He starts MO before. This couldn't quite line up the CC chain. So normally you want to use MO right before your seduction hits. So that your MO can flag will connect before the next seduction connects as well. So Sasuke getting the blind off, opening up, and dealing some massive damage, but still has a corruption on him, and Sasuke going down. Well played by both right there. Seduction, very, very powerful. Very, very powerful against an Orc Rogue in particular instead of an Undead, because they can't What If out of it. Well played for sure. You saw how fast that Succubus dropped too. When Sasuke kind of switched gears there for a second and tried to take down the Succubus, Succubus just got slapped around. Let's take a look at Sasuke's gear. Let's see what this... Oh, I spy a Viscag, dude. This man has Viscag the Bloodletter. Big slapper right here. I know Murderer has that as well. He's got the Myra's Song, Rocket Helm. So he did Rocket Helm to try to attempt the reset there on Sheltso. That's a big deal, expending that Rocket Helm cooldown. So he's swapping back to a Bloodfang hood, the tier 2 hood. Got his Devil Sword set on, and they're getting ready to go. But using that Rocket Helm, man, that's one of the big cooldowns to use in your dueling series. So that is off the table now. Sasuke patiently biding his time, trying to maybe get the Warlock to overreact or use a little bit too much, or maybe do something stupid. Anyway, he's opening up Crusader proc right off the bat, and again another no Orc stun resist right there. Going for the first aid, taking full advantage of that seduction right there. You can see it ticking down 8, 7, 6. So it's really good that he got that bandage tick off. Really like that play. He didn't get spooked. The Rogue able to vanish though. The Rogue able to vanish is a big deal. He's not able to get him in that perpetual CC combo. That's a very, very, very big deal right now. Sheltso hoping that seduction DR will time back out again. Sasuke has to be careful here. If he waits too long, he will potentially eat another full CC chain. Sasuke going into the sap, opening up again there. I think that might have been an Orc stun resist there. There's the seduction. There's the Death Coil. Still didn't expend Death Coil. He's going to go for the MO conflag. Big damage. No, he's letting the MO sit, and he's gonna conflag towards a little bit later. Big damage on the Rogue. Just needs a little bit more. Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. I think if he committed to a drain a little bit earlier or a one shot or something, I think Sheltso could have taken that. There was a moment there where he was moving, where maybe if he just planted his feet and went for a drain, he might have gotten a tick off, and that might have been enough. That might have been enough. Very well played for both. Also, I feel like he could have gotten another seduction off, but he threw the corruption up. Once you throw that corruption up, you're kind of at the point of no return, because you're going to have to go for that dot line. I'm not sure if he's Nightfall Destro. I'm kind of a wonky spec right now, but once you throw that corruption and agony up, you're at that point of no return, and you're not going to be able to seduce anymore, other than just having like a momentary like mini stun or interrupt with your seduction. So we are tied up. What a piece. No, I think it's 2-1 Sasuke, right?
Yeah.
2-1 Sasuke. 2-1 Sasuke. All right. So Sasuke 1 game away from victory, opening up Crusader proc, Ultra Flash, Shadow Reflector right there, big damage on Sheltso. I don't know if he can recover from this. He's trying to get a little bit of space with the grenade, opening up with seduction here. This is his chance. This is his chance to bring it back around right now. Full DR on the Seduce, going for the fear off the back of the Seduce. An interesting play. Going for Soulfire into Shadow Burn. He has one more Seduce left that he can use. Rogue able to vanish. That's a big deal, being able to vanish off this. Let's check out the life totals. Sheltso sitting at about 60%. Sasuke at about 60% as well. Sheltso trying to get a tick or two off of food and water. Ooh, the Death Coil being available is a huge deal. Let's see if this DR reset. I think the DR reset. I think this is a full DR fear, dude. This may be lights out for the Rogue. The fact that DR reset that 15 seconds so big. I don't know if the Rogue can get out of this. He used Vanish. The dots are ticking. It's looking like that's going to be a win for the Warlock Sheltso. Very well played. I think Death Coil might have come off cooldown there. I didn't know he still had that gas left in the tank, but Death Coil so powerful there. So powerful there, and it's not looking like the Rogue is going to have the Shadow Reflector available for the final match since he used it right there. It is a 5-minute cooldown. So close. So close. So close. Very well played. And he needs pet mana, okay. So close. Sasuke with the Night Slayer 3-piece set bonus, reducing the cooldown of Vanish by 30 seconds. That's some PvP impact there for sure. Let's see what kind of trinkets he's rocking. He has the Arcanite Dragonling. This thing slaps, ladies and gentlemen. This Arcanite Dragonling. It has kind of a deep breath cast, as in addition to just having a pretty strong melee. It can do, like, at least the Mithril one, which is the one I think I have, it can do like a 300 damage breath or something like that, so I'm not sure. It might do more than that, but these Dragonlings very powerful, but a very long cooldown as well, 1 hour cooldown. Opting for Black Hand's Breath in that. Let's take a look at what trinkets the Warlock has on as well. Oh, he's still staying static. That Eye of the Beast for the extra crit and the Arena Grandmaster. Alright, it all comes down to this. We are 2-2 right now. The stakes are high. The tension is high. A lot on the line here. These players battling it out for about 150 gold at this point. That's actually a pretty decent chunk of change. Sasuke being patient, biding his time. Sheltso just jumping around. There's the cheap shot connecting. No Orc Stun resist there. The Arcanite Dragonling coming out. We'll see how much impact this does. Going for the Howl of Terror. I don't know about this. Let's see if this works out for him. It doesn't appear to connect on the Dragonling, and that thing is kind of slapping right now. I think he would like to go for a Soulfire, but the pushback would be too much that maybe the Seduction wouldn't connect. Big damage on Sasuke. Getting the second Seduction off is a pretty big deal. Sheltso looking pretty healthy too, but then again, with Rogues, it can go south very quickly. Sasuke, big damage from the Shadow Burn, and Sheltso taking it. Wow, very well played by Sheltso. Very well played.
Yeah, very well played by Sheltso indeed. Really like to see his use of the seduction there, just repeatedly using it on me to get that win in game 3.
Yeah, and that's you know, that is a very big deal. Not being like undead in that situation. I like the Orc pick personally. You know, as a rogue, I mean, it's just so good, the stun resist. But you know, in times like that, you know, it definitely would have been more advantageous to be an undead there. So Sheltso moving on to the next one. Next up, we have a Druid, guys. We've seen a lot of Warlocks. We've seen a lot of Druids. I mean, we have seen a lot of Rogues and stuff. So now we have a Druid up. We have Swifty versus Deltax. Let's see where Swifty is at. We'll go ahead and message him. This is the first Druid we've seen. Versus, look at Deltax, dude, making an appearance. RP walking out onto center stage right here. You can see that Lock Delar glowing proudly on his back. Swifty, someone who takes a lot of pride in his duels. He works really hard. He farms he farms, you know, really like strange, like kind of fringe pieces just to improve duel matchups. He's definitely a PvP big brain in my mind. It's been really good getting to know him over the past month or two. So we have we have Druid versus Hunter. How do you feel about this matchup, Sasuke?
Personally, I'm not well versed in the Druid versus Hunter matchup. I think really what it's going to come down to is how well Swifty's going to be able to dead zone, right? He can hibernate the pet, so he can control the pet and can reduce the damage that way.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's going to come down to how well he can play the dead zone and the leeway, right? If he moves around, leeway is going to get pretty messy.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see, you know, what spec the Hunter is here. So one thing, we've been doing actually a good amount of duels, watching a lot of Druid duels recently. Hibernate on the pet is actually so sick, dude. And even instead of opening up with Pounce, opening from stealth from a weird location and starting with a Hibernate on the pet might be the play here. Because that thing is just like dead in the water for so long. Hibernate lasts so long, and it immediately feels like you're removing the pet from the equation if you open with Hibernate. let us quickly inspect their gear though real quick. Sorry, I should have been doing this. Let's see here. So we have some shadow resistance headpiece. Interesting. 3-piece Cenarian. That's increasing the damage dealt by thorns by 4 and duration by 50. Not super high impact. He's got the ancient cornerstone grimoire. Egan's blaster, of course, best in slot druid ranged weapon. Briarwood reed, mark of tyranny, band of sulphurus, and that's a pickup right there. All right.
Yeah, it's actually a lot better than people give it credit for. There's not very many caster rings that give as much stamina as Sulfurus does. In fact, I don't know that there is one that gives as much stamina as 13 stamina on a ring for casters. It's honestly a lot better than it meets the eye at first for PvP especially.
Absolutely. Hunter here with the 2-piece Dragon Stalker, so already 2-piece tier 2. Pretty stacked 3-piece Giant Stalker set bonus as well. I mean, I think it's going to be a fair fight, man. I think the edge is with the Druid, though. I'm going to have to say, even with the Rock Dalar and everything, opening up with Hibernate on the pet is actually really strong. And if he can just... Druids, like in PvP and duels, man... Okay, we'll tell him to go now. Druids, man, like people count Druids out. Druids have to work for their victories for sure, but they're capable of duelers. They're very hard to attrition out a Druid because if they're able to break your burst, they will have the resources to keep going, man, because they can just root you, create space, NS heal up. And one thing that is a pain point for the Druids, I do know though, especially those that are like feral, is they have very limited mana pool, right? So if like they're having to go in and out of form a lot, you can drain them out of mana, even though they can regenerate stuff in caster form. But I'm not sure if Swifty ended up respecking. He is normally a kind of a deeper feral spec. So he's opening up from stealth, just like we were talking about before, with the Hibernate onto the pet immediately into a Moonfire Insect Swarm. Concussive shot, stun though, the proc hitting on Swifty, a nice little burst of tempo back. Troll, Berserking Racial. The aim shot did connect on Swifty. Big damage on Swifty. Swifty going for the bash into Regrowth. That is, as you can see, Sasuke, the pet is still hibernated right now. That is just so high impact opening with Hibernate. It's kind of insane.
The Frost Trap is huge here. If he's going to be able to connect with an aim shot, I think Delta can get this victory here. We'll see if the pet's going to pop out of stealth or out Hibernate here, but it looks like it's almost over. Delta just kind of getting in this melee range. He's getting whittled down. He's really low at this point. The pet is finally off of Hibernate, so he's going to be able to interrupt him here quite a bit into the Nature Swiftness. He's kind of spamming this Moonfire now. He's going to land a huge Wrath here with that passive and into another Scatter. We'll see if he's going to get trapped here. Delta is going to maybe be able to reset a little bit, but these dots are keeping him away from it. So we'll see what happens here. He's so low. All that needs to happen here is a Moonfire, but into this Feral Charge. Delta just very low on mana. Yeah.
It was well played though, man. Honestly, in both parties, I'm gonna say, like, I see a lot of hunters that don't make good use of their abilities, and the dude was playing pretty crispy. I gotta hand it to him. Having your pet removed from the equation like that for freaking 30 seconds is just it's kind of rough. And Swifty did use the Nature Swiftness, right? And so he may not have that available for this next duel. And maybe Deltax could take it back. And again, I do think the Druid is. I'd have to give the edge to Druid here in this matchup. Although, one thing that is interesting is that hunters can scare beast the Druid, right?
It's true.
They can scare beast the Druid, so that is kind of cool. But another thing is that unlike private servers, you can't Viper Sting the Druid when they're in animal form. The Viper Sting will not drain their caster form mana. So that is something that we did test at some point. Just throwing that out there as a little bit nugget. All right. So that is round number 1 going to the Druid. They drop the dual flag. We will see how round number 2 pans out. Swifty going into cat form, getting stealthed. Hunter trying to flare. I'm not sure if that was allowed, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter too much. Swifty's kind of patient about this stuff. Opening with a Hibernate on the pet. Not sure if it got resisted or whatnot, but the pet is very much in the fray right now. Full DR Ice Trap on the Druid. Druid at about 90% health. Deltax getting some range, opening up with an aim shot.
Beautiful scatter.
There's the bash.
Swifty are going into the bash. Oh yeah, bash taking over. He's gonna try and not get this Hibernate off here, but he's taking a lot of interrupts from this pet, and finally he's gonna be broken off here. And he goes for the rejuve. He's gonna hopefully regen enough health to be able to take over here. He's gonna Wrath. Delta trying to keep his distance, but Swifty keeping him in this beautiful dead zone trap. Here comes the grasping roots, and it's going to get immediately broken by these dots. And Swifty on the back foot here. Delta a little bit ahead, but he's going to be able to get this heal off because this pet is interrupted. Here comes the
Ooh,
grenade.
nice Iron Grenade. Very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful trail charge. I think at this point, Delta is being taken over by this bear. He's going to get scatter trapped here. He's going to try and create some distance with this concussive shot. He does have the Iron Grenade, though, to respond. He is going to get stunned, and the skeleton comes out. It's going to be game number 2 for sure.
Yeah, some big tempo swings there, back and forth, right? Swifty making use of this skeleton to the Ancient Cornerstone Grimoire. Druids are hard to break, dude. They're hard to break. You can eat a ton of damage in bear form. They can pop back out the caster form. They're just to break, you know, to break a druid just takes a lot, man. It takes a lot of work. Even as a warlock, man, with life tap and stuff, you'll find yourself and you're not able to push that druid over the edge, and then they can outvalue you in the long term. I think that's the druid win plan, man. It's attrition as far as the
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the regrowths and the rejuvenations, along with the wraths, the moonfires, and these insect swarms, he's just able to whittle down the opponent and really play control, right? This feral charge just giving him the ability to root Delta and not allow him to really move around and just keep him in this melee range where he's super uncomfortable, especially with this pet asleep. It's just rough. It is very rough.
It is rough. I've actually dueled quite a few hunters, on the server, and I've kind of seen some of the struggles the hunters have had to face here. In Classic, there's been a lot of naysaying about in the hunter community and stuff like that. I really have to hand it to Deltex. I think he's playing it pretty good. I do. I think he's playing it pretty good, and he's putting up a really good fight here. So Swifty trying to open up with the hibernate on the pet, does so, gets the Moonfire Insect Swarm up. Hard casting a Wrath into a Scatter. Deltex creating a little space here.
It's going to resist the trap, which is absolutely massive. He's going to get bashed here, and Swifty now is going to try and cast this Wrath, but that pet is just on him super hard. He's going to have to be able to cast another Hibernate here, otherwise I think Delta is going to be able to take over this. I know he's low on health, but that pet is making it impossible for Swifty to really do anything. Here comes this beautiful Feral Charge, and Iron Grenade is going to miss completely. Swifty on the back foot, he's going to be able to take.
Oh man, so close though. I was not expecting that damage. I wonder what that big chunk was there on Swifty right at the end. I was really hoping. I was kind of pulling for Deltex there to connect with that. I think that's 3, right? That's 3.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'd love to see some druids and hunters in the finals and stuff. It's unfortunate that the druid and hunter played each other. You know, it's unfortunate that those seeded that way. I'd love to see them like play a warlock or something and have some more in the finals. But anyway, that's very well played to Swifty, the druid. No druids last week. It's really cool to see some druids this week.
Yeah, he played that really well too. I really have to hand it to him. He was able to control both the pet and keep the distance between him and Delta so close that he just kept him off his foot. I thought that was very beautifully played.
Absolutely. So next up is going to be Sheepstick and me. It's kind of, I know. I'll just try and hopefully let you do your thing and try and cast it best as you can. I got to make all my stones and stuff. So Sheepstick, one of your buddies in Onslaught.
Really cool guy, by the way. Really, really nice man. He always answers questions. He's always just like so calm, and even when things get stressful and high pressure situations, he always maintains his cool. So I just want to give a shout out to Sheepstick, and if you guys have any questions for him about Mage, honestly, very knowledgeable guy.
Absolutely, he's a nice guy. He's participated in a couple of the PvP things now. Always been game, to duel and stuff. So that is very, very nice. A lot of really nice people over at Onslaught. Just gonna make myself some food and water really quick. 1 second. Okay. Alright, let me make sure I have my ducks in a row. Where's my trinket menu at? Alright, man. We're good. So I'll leave it in your hands. Sorry, stream, if it's cringy, but just try and play the game. Okay. Oh, whoops. I got about myself, jeez.
All right, we'll see how well Sheepstick is going to be able to use his ice block because he doesn't have engineering here. So I would definitely say he's at a disadvantage, especially because Kargas here has access to his reckless charge, and he's going to immediately reckless charge here. I think he's going to try and set it up. Here comes the ice block, immediately to break it. Peck gets broken out of fear. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to get seduced here and immediately into a massive present element soulfire here. It's going to break the shield off. He's going to get death bolt out of it immediately too. And into another seduction. Beautifully played by Kargas here. Shadow Bolt into an emulate. And Sheepstick on the back foot already. And here comes the triple dot damage. Just going to be able to try and whittle him away here. And again, Sheepstick on the back foot. Kargas taking advantage of this. Here comes the Spellstone to try and absorb as much damage as he could. And I think at this point, it's all but over. Game 1, going to Kargas. So both players here are going to be allotted a minute to try and recover, and Kargas here going to resummon his Spellstone, and again, really try and maintain his lead. Beautifully placed Rocket Helm, so we'll see how he's going to be able to maintain the rest of this tempo for this dual set. Sheepstick on the back foot because he had to use his first ice block here, so he's not going to have it here unless he uses his cold snap, which is going to change the very fabric of the rest of these duels. So we'll see what happens. I think it is Warlock favorite, honestly, in the Mage versus Warlock matchup because Warlock has so many control tools and the Succubus is able to CC and he's not going to be able to see it or do anything about it. He's going to have to try and break it out of stealth, which is usually pretty difficult because Warlocks like to be really clever and just place their pets in random spots and move away. So it's going to be hard to tell what's going on. So about 15 or 20 seconds left before they're going to be asked to duel here.
Good call. I forgot about the minute thing. Yeah. Go.
All right. Flag is going down. Sheepstick just manning up to make sure he maintains his full mana because he's going to need it here against Kargas. We'll see what happens. All right. And now he's just going to Zerg in. He's going to use his Skull of Impending Doom to just try to negate here this Succubus, and so in comes another Seduction. He's going to get Death Coil here into a Fear is what it looks like, and a beautifully placed Fear. It's going to change the tempo of this fight. Emulate being placed on him, the dot whittling away, the Succubus pounding on him. He has a lot of pressure on him. He's going onto the Succubus. He's trying to kill it and maintain his distance away from Kargas. Kargas going to be able to get off this Seduce, but the dot's going to break it a little too early for him. Now Kargas here on the back foot. He's going to try and throw an Iron Grenade onto Sheepstick. Sheepstick on the back foot here now. The Spellstone has been broken. Kargas still has a lot of health to go through. Sheepstick is out of mana at this point. We'll see what happens. He's just spamming everything he can. Here comes the Evocation to try and do something about what's going on, but he's going to get immediately seduced, and this Evocation is going to get broken. He's out of mana. He's tapped. Kargas wins this.
Fuck, dude, I scuffed that a little bit. Oh, you guys getting some background noise? Sorry about that stream. Yeah, I have a fan running. Oh, whoops. There we go. Oh man, yikes. Okay. Yo, you there, man?
Oh my god, I forgot to press my card.
Oh, no worries. No worries, no worries, no worries, no worries.
Yeah, I have a push to talk on, and I realized I messed that up.
Yeah, I can skip some of that, but that was, I think you're right, a little favored there for sure. All right, let's see who we got next up. Yeah. Tools, oh no, Tools, he dropped out, so I guess Muddy gets a bye. Ale versus Dextros, we have a Warrior now. First Warrior.
This is one of my favorite matchups ever as a rogue. One of my favorites. It is such a fun matchup. It is such a skill-based matchup, so we'll see if Ale is going to be able to clutch it out. Dextros is a very good rogue. He was able to crush Silva, and Silva is an incredibly good rogue. So he's going to be opting in here for the Humo spec. He's got Brutality Blade, and he's got Willie's portable howitzer, so he's got a little bit more stam than normal. So yeah, I'm excited to see this matchup. Ale, also, as far as I understand, a very good warrior. So.
He is. He's a good warrior. Guys, can we get some love for the warrior in the chat, dude? It takes, you have to be brave, man, to duel as a warrior right now. Warriors excel, you know, they can definitely slap in duels. Sometimes they can just do enough damage that they ignore mechanics, like when they get really geared and stuff, and they actually are capable duelers for sure. But, you know, the phase 1 warrior out here with the Gnomish Shrink Ray and the freaking Ribbon Spike Draconian Deflector, you gotta show Ale some respect for coming out here to play as a warrior. I've asked a lot of warriors to try and do the duel tournaments, and they're all like, nah, man, I can't. I don't like dueling on this class. So, anyway, yeah.
Dexter's opening up with a cheap shot here. Immediately swapping Ale over here. He's gonna pop. Dexter's popping the evasion. Ale with a beautiful two-handed play. Ale is on the back foot though. Dexter's landing some huge bursts, but never ever put the warrior out in the rogue versus warrior matchup. The warrior can just two-shot a rogue if he gets the opportunity. He's going to intercept here, but Dexter's the beautiful blind to be able to counter. He's going to reset here, and I think it's going to be game number 1 for Dexter's. But
he used a lot of cooldowns here, though, right? Oh, Ale. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. He did. So from the rogue perspective, man, how much did Dextros use here?
He used a blind. And the blind is about a 3.5 minute cooldown, so he's not going to have it here for the majority of the second duel, and he might be forced to use his prep here in order to re-prep Ale. So we'll see what happens. Ale is allowed to use his recklessness if he needs to. He is also allowed to use his shield wall if he needs to. So coming here in duel number 2, I really hope that he uses some of his bigger cooldowns to try and get the tempo back in his favor.
Absolutely. So at this point, are you favoring the rogue or the warrior?
Honestly, until it's pretty even still, right? Because if Ale gets this victory, right, we're right back to square one, and now it's just a best 2 out of 3.
From a rogue perspective, what is the worst thing that can happen to you as a rogue in this matchup?
Kidney shot or cheap shot getting resisted, which Ale is the right race for it. So in the warrior versus rogue matchup, the warrior is very scary if they're in work. So he's opening up with the shield here. He's going to take a lot less damage here. Dexter's popping all these hemos onto him and kind of whittling away. He did not get his kidney shot resistance, which is really nice for him. So in comes the Broad family trinket. He's not going to be able to be CC'd here. A beautiful,
Ooh,
beautiful
Netomatic, dude.
The Netomatic.
The Crusader proc, the grenade, Ale going big zug right here, dude.
Beautiful bandage from Dexter's, but again, Ale just playing this beautifully here. He's going to get gouged, and we'll see what happens.
No.
The kidney shot did not get resisted, and so it looks like Dexter's might be able to take this here in game number 2.
Oh no, dude. Dextros, strong. I thought Ale might have had it there for a second when he stopped the Rogue from getting that reset off with the Netomatic, you know?
That was beautifully played. That was a really good Netomatic. That was huge.
It was, yeah. Let's see what oh my god, dude. Dextros, Brutality Blade, Gut Gore Ripper. Is this phase 1 Biss right here, daggers? Or she has a sword and a dagger? Wait, did he have a Perditions last week? I feel like he had Perditions.
He used daggers last week.
So so he has a Perditions, a Brutality, and a Gut Gore Ripper. Holy moly, dude. What do you feel? How do you feel about this decision to use Brutality Blade in the main hand, Gut Gore in the offhand?
I mean, Gut Gore is strictly a PvP weapon, and he doesn't have nearly as good of an offhand otherwise. So, I don't disagree with his choices at all. I think Gut Gore is a great offhand, especially if you already have a Purds Blade.
Okay. Man, this dude is stacked. Is he one of your main rogues over there in Onslaught?
Yes, he is. Yeah. On private servers, he was the #1 DPS amongst all DPS on all private servers. So,
oh man,
very scary guy to play against.
Very spooky. You like that little Kobe grenade right there, trying to get some distance against Ale, get the reset off. Ale's grenade not connecting. Rogue being able to slip back into stealth. Ale looking pretty healthy though, has a little bit of rage on him. We're gonna probably see the Rogue wait for that race to decay off completely before he interacts with him.
You know, Dexter's tried to open up on Ale, but he got resisted with his cheap shot. So the cheap shot not resisting this time. In comes the Barav, and he's going to be able to try and get this kidney shot off, but it looks like it was resisted, and Ale just getting crippling here. We're going to see if he's going to be able to get blood here, but it looks like Dexter is just really taking domination over this game. But here comes the beautiful, beautiful AoE Fear. I hope he pops the shield while he's going to try and get it out here, but
here's the blind again, yeah. Off cooldown again.
Looks like Dexter's is just waiting for this bleed to come off. He's going to sap here, try and get this soft reset here because he knows he can just get one shot at any point in time.
Getting some food ticks right there, dude. Oh man, opening up. Nothing getting resisted, dude. That Orc Racial really not having any impact in this duel series.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. Dude, we got to salute Big Ale coming out here, dude. Doing his best. He played, I think he played it like really, I mean, as good as he could, man. I don't know. It was Dextros just a monster.
I do not disagree. Dextros is a very, very strong player in both PvP and PvE.
Okay, so Dextros moving on to the next round. Let's see. Tools is gonna move on automatically. Or no, Muddy is right. Tools is not here. Let me confirm. He dropped the last second. All right, so Muddy's gonna move on. All right, next up we have Defunct versus Brostradamus. Funky Pot. Funky Pot versus Brostradamus. Warlock on Warlock action, dude. All right. They're both setting up here with their Fell Hunters. We have one Orc Warlock versus one Undead Warlock. I'm going to go ahead and right off the bat say the slight edge is going to go to the Undead. Here being just able to wood off that high impact fear. Kind of a big deal. I wish I could know their specs in detail to give one the edge or not, but we'll just see how it plays out. Both opting for the Fell Hunter definitely seems like the correct play there. Let's take a look at the buffs, making sure that the Warlocks are buffing themselves with Unending Breath and Detect Greater Invisibility, just to have more trash buffs for the Devour Magic, as the Fell Hunter can offensively dispel in addition to defensively dispelling. Defunct using the Shadow Ward as well. Oh, I should take off my UI. That's right. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay,
immediate death coil for Funky Pot. And it's going to get dispelled by his pet. A blanket silence on the Funky Pot to try and get back the temple here, but he's going to put a Shadow Ward on, and it's going to be up to the Felhunter to kind of eat it. A beautiful Death Coil from Funky Pot to try and take back the temple. Brosodamus is really, really ahead at this point. That immediate Death Coil to start the duel really changed the tempo, I feel. Funky Pot out of mana. Brosodamus landing a huge Fury. He's going to try and Drain Tank as much as possible. And Funky Pot's, again, on the back foot. He's going to pop his Spellstone. It's most likely going to get eaten here, but Brosodamus getting whittled down as well. The Blanket Silence to try and take it here, and Funky Pot coming back clutch. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah. Ideally, you want to be able to rip that Spellstone off, right? That's such a big deal if you can get that off. It's a huge absorb. I think it's 900 base. If you can talent into it, it goes up to like 1100 or something. But you really want to rip that off when it comes on. Brosodamus ended up using his earlier than Defunct there. Defunct saved it for the last second, maybe trying to debate him a little bit into thinking he was close. But yeah, well played. Both Warlocks making their Spellstones back again. So one thing I learned somewhat recently is that you can use multiple ranks of Spellstone in a duel if it lasts long enough, right? So you can use your major one, and then after you get value from that, you can go ahead and swap and put on the greater one as well, because a big part of the value from Spellstone is just the purge, being able to purge off all the negative debuffs on you. And there is a smaller absorb as well in the lower rank. So curious to see if they do that. If they pop a Spellstone super early here, they might have time to pop another one later in the duel. Just something to look out for.
Yeah, definitely very well played by Funky Pot. I gotta say, he definitely debated me. I thought that he had used his Spellstone earlier in the duel, but obviously he didn't, and was able to clutch it out because of it. So,
absolutely. So Defunct won the tournament last week, guys. He's quite the gamer. He's pretty storied Warlock on private servers, and definitely a very strong player. Both Warlocks getting their Shadow Wards up, getting that ticking down on cooldown. Opening up with the Talisman right there, the big spell power bonus right there. Bear off Peasant Collar immediately coming out from Brosodamus into a Death Coil. Death Coil connecting. I know Defunct does have a Shadow Reflector, so that wasn't able to connect. Man, going
Defunct
for...
Defunct here popping his AGM, and he's going to go get the Hell, the Terror, kind of at the worst possible times. They just fall off, and Brosodamus really, really ahead here. The Funky Pot kind of clawing his way back in here. That pet just eating at him all the way. And these Drain Tanks are really starting to take control here. He puts out the Shadow Ward, and again, these Drain Tanks really taking over.
Yeah, dude, that spell lock there deep into the matchup was really crippling right there. Locking him out when he's already low. That's happened to me before when I was fighting Defunct last week. It feels like you start to panic a little bit. You're so low and you get locked out. Well played, man. Well played. Defunct making sure to get that Shadow Ward. It's somewhat easy to keep your Shadow Ward up at the beginning of the duel, but remembering to refresh it. It's got a short cooldown on it. Another nice play there. Defunct up 2-0. Is SL banned this week? Yes, it is. Yeah, there's no SL this week. These guys are both Deep Affliction, deep enough to pick up Siphon Life. Curious what the rest of their build is, though. All right.
Funky Pot asking for 45 seconds here. I see he's going to try and wait for his Death Coil here, so.
Brosodamus being a good sport, saying KK.
Probably wants his Death Coil back too, you know?
Yeah.
All right, I'm curious to see what Brosodamus is putting on for his trinkets now, because I'm pretty sure he's engineering as well. So he's got Eye of the Beast, and he's got a 6 demon bag. I've always been curious about what it does. I've actually never been brave enough to buy one because they're always like 60 gold, and I just...
Yeah, no, there's a variety of effects. One can summon a Felhunter, which is pretty cool. There's also a Fireball, a Frostbolt, a Chain Lightning, and you can also polymorph the target or end up polymorphing yourself. So you kind of... It's just like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get, but you can usually make it work to your advantage. Brosodamus with the Spellstone. That's the first Spellstone of the duel. Immediately getting it ripped off. You see that though, right? Really good. Really
Very,
good.
very well played. Yeah, Funky Pot does not allow any of the Fell Hunter abilities to be automated. He controls all of them. He's really good at micromanaging all of the spells, and you could see the advantages being really taken advantage here. You know,
Yeah.
he's able to get this third win. He's such a strong player.
He's really such a strong player, man. He had the Death Coil off the back end of that Immolate too. That's a play that I don't make too much. I really like it though. Definitely a lot to look up to if you're a Warlock player in Funky Pot. Very good player for sure. Very good duels, eliminating Brush Adamus. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let's see what we got. Defunct. All right, next up we have, I guess we can do me last. We have Swifty versus Sheltzo. Let's do that one. Swifty versus Sheltzo. All right, we have the Druid coming back into center stage right now versus Sheltzo. There he is. Both are alive and well. Druid versus Warlock. I need to let stealth open, right? Hey, Sasuke, what do you think about this? I think so, right?
Druids don't need to get the opener in order to really win this duel, but I mean, specifically speaking, if it's a clever Druid, he's just gonna wait, and because of that, you usually just let them get the opener, and that's the reasoning behind. Well, that's one of the main reasonings behind letting them get the opener. It's like, there's just no. There you go, Funky Pot saying Druid gets the opener. Okay. Clearly I didn't put that in, so yeah, I guess that was my mistake.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, we're still filling out the format and stuff, and I think the Druid should be able to. Actually, you know what? So with the Fell Hunter, though, if he did want to go for a Pounce opener, right, and open up on him, the Fell Hunter, unless they have improved stealth, detection will often detect that Druid walking up to you from pretty far away. Right, so you'll see him just walking up to you because it's kind of a light form of stealth on him. The other thing about the Fell Hunter, it's really grown on me on the Druid versus Warlock matchups. So you can remove their hots with it, like really almost immediately. Like, they get off this powerful regrowth, you just rip it right off them. You can silence someone to get off into caster form. It's actually the preferred pet, man. The Fell Hunter is pretty sick versus Druid. Really, really like it. So Swifty opening up with an Entangling Roots on the Fell Hunter. An interesting play there, considering it does have some high base resist. Sheltzo getting some value out of his bandage, getting a little bit of distance, has the Moonfire Insect Swarm on him. Swifty opting for really just kind of like a caster, just casting spells like a freaking druidic mage over here, getting his hot locked out right there.
Beautiful Fear. Unfortunately, going to get immediately broken out by Sheltzo. Sheltzo going to get Feral Charge. He's not going to be able to get the Feral Charge for the interrupt, so this Fear is going to come off here. He's going to get bashed here. He's going to try to do what he can, but Sheltzo kind of on the back foot a little bit. He's almost out of mana. Swifty kind of draining them as much as he can, but again,
big damage though, big damage. He did use a good bit though with that Cornerstone Grimoire. I do value that as that's a pretty high value. Oh no, is that Swifties? That is Swifties. Okay.
So that was Swifties.
It was Swifties. Okay. Yeah, very well played by Sheltzo there. Very well played. How do you feel about that though? What about that opening style from the Druid? I mean, I don't know. Opening with a hard cast Entangling Roots onto the Fell Hunter. I don't know. Maybe I don't know enough about Druids to know if that's the play or not. But it's interesting.
Yeah, I guess he was just trying to avoid as much interrupting from the spells that he was going to cast onto Sheltzo. I don't necessarily agree with it. He obviously knows a lot more about the Druid than I do in this matchup, and that little skeleton's kind of following around here. But yeah, I think that the Fell Hunter is going to be able to do what it wants to do, regardless of whether or not it can cast, right?
Yeah.
Or whether or not it can attack. It's got that long range cast.
Yeah, for me, if I'm the Druid, like if I'm the Warlock in this position, I'm scared of the Druid outvaluing me. So if I was the Druid here, I would just take the most just the most attrition style of gameplay right now. Try and survive through his burst, and try and do everything in your power to, connect with those heals when you need to. I saw him going for the healing touch instead of hots there too. That might be the play as well, considering that the Fell Hunter can just rip the hots off you. You know, just going for the straight up raw healing is probably better. Open, he gets the pounce off, no stun resist right there. Was that the coil reflected? You saw that?
That coil was reflected.
Coil reflected.
Beautiful, beautiful play from Swifty. He is going to get feared here, and Shelton's kind of on the back foot a little bit here. But these bleeds are taking into effect. Shelton already down to 40%. We're going to see if he's going to use his health stone here. He is going to try and bandage first. Shelton getting in toward the Moonfire. He's going to put these dots on back again, but the Fell Hunter just eating him up. He's not going to be able to do much here because he's going to get bashed. He's going to get Moonfire here, and Shelto on the front edge here. He's got so much mana left. He's got so much health left. Shelto, again, still at 29%. I don't think he's used his health stone. There comes the health stone. He's going to fear into a Soul Fire here. We're going to see what happens. But, oof, beautiful, beautiful hit. It's going to be about 1,800 damage immediately knocked off of Swifty here. These dots being placed onto him. We're going to see what happens here. He's going to put these Searing Pains onto Swifty. Swifty at low health. Shelton's going to try and get this fear off. It's going to be huge. He is going to be able to land it, but it is going to break early.
Fear breaking early is a big deal, yeah.
All right, Swifty just trying to cast what he can, but so many interrupts coming in onto him. So he is going to get feared again, and here comes the Spell Stone.
Man, that was looking so good for Swifty early there. It felt like he was so ahead, but then, like, you know, the fear fully reset, right? And you got that whole max rank fear created so much space on him. Soulfire was able to connect before he ran out of range with the fear. A lot started to go right for Shelto there towards the latter half of that duel. Really strong opener from Swifty, though. You love to see you know, people often use the reflectors, but when do they really get amazing value from them? You know, it's few and far between when you see those moments, but being able to bounce that coil back on the lock was really, really nice.
That almost spelled the full victory for Swifty there, in my opinion. I mean, he almost just completely 100-0 him in that death coil and just completely put him on the back foot. Shelto was just kind of teetering on that 29%, and then Shelto was just able to really, really reapply that pressure when Shelto was going for that bandage first, which I thought was really clever use of his mechanics, honestly, to just go for the heavy rune cloth bandage before using the health stone. It kind of made him seem like he was in more danger than he was.
Absolutely. Warlock up 2-0, man. We'd love to see the Druid bounce back from this.
So Shelto just kind of waiting patiently, deciding when he wants to go in for this engage. And Shelto just kind of jumping around. He knows he's gonna give the Druid the opener. So we'll see what happens. I don't know why he's waiting patiently. He gets the opener. So
yeah. He might be maybe deliberating what to do here. Yeah. I did like that pounce opener. Maybe he's trying to buy time on Shadow Reflector, maybe as much as possible too. Like it's possible. Okay, so he decides to open up with the Entangling Roots. It does connect with the Fell Hunter, going into the Moonfire. Not able to get the Insect Swarm up on time. Full DR Fear connecting on Swifty here. Aftermath, dude. You see that, bro? The Daze effect from Destro. Very small chance unless you talent into it fully. I think it's like 4% if you use your flex points only, but feels good when that thing procs.
Yeah. And Shelto just trying to use these Insect Swarm and Moonfires and just out attrition him and just keep this range as much as possible. He is going to get Death Coiled here, and here comes the Fear into an Emulate. Hopefully it doesn't break early. It does, though, and Shelto just trying to close this distance here because he knows he's losing.
Like, right now, though, here. I think Shelto's taking the wrong play, though, dude. So, look, Swifty's actually able to get away and to heal himself up here. I don't know. I mean, it could be right? Because he's kind of just resetting right now. Shelto's getting a lot of health and mana back, just eating and drinking, and the Fell Hunter is able to keep the Druid in combat. So I do think he wins that trade. I take it back. But yeah, Swifty looks like he's on the back foot here. As long as he can preserve that blanket silence for the Incaster form on the Fell Hunter, there it is. There's the silence on the Druid. Druid getting low. Aftermath proccing again. No, low on health, low on mana. Just very tough to recover from. There is the NS heal though. So. Spikes back up again.
200 mana, though, we're going to see if he's going to be able to do anything. Shelto, again, just first aiding himself back to full health. He understands that this matchup is all about attrition. Swifty just trying to stay on this, like, outskirts of the duel here. He knows he's on the back foot. I'm surprised he isn't decursing the Curse of Agony. He's going to get redotted here, and it looks like Swifty just going to take game number 3 due to the Flea.
Due to the Flea. Shelto taking it. Yeah, Shelto's a gamer, man. He comes out here and plays a really good game. The Druid is down, ladies and gentlemen. The Druid is down. A very valiant effort by Swifty, though, I have to say. That was 3, right? That was 3.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's take a look at the bracket. Sheltso is the winner. Next up, we have Dextrose versus Muddy. Let's put that in here. Dextrose versus Muddy up next. If you could provide a little bit of commentary on him for a second. I got a bio for 1 second. I'll be back.
Sure. All right. So honestly, if you guys saw earlier, Sumo had the Sacred Protector, and it's actually the best in slot PvP shield. But Muddy does also have the Hand of the Edward the Odd. He does have Helm of the Life Giver. He does have quite a few tools at his disposal to kind of take advantage. He does have this tier 2 legs that he's rocking, and he's putting on some shadow resist because he knows he's going against this Warlock here, which is why he's opting in for the Rattle Cage Buckler. So, oh no, it's Dextrose. That's right. So it's going to be Dextrose here, just trying to open up on him. He's going to get immediately NS'd here. He's going to get blinded by it. So Dextrose here is just going to go ahead and clear as many of these totems as he can. We'll see what happens here. Dextrose is going to stealth up. He's going to get the sap off. He's going to wait for his energy to come back after he clears these totems, and he's going to reopen up on Muddy. Oh, he's being a little bit sketchy here. He's going to go for the bandage just to try and get as much utility out as possible. Here comes the reopener. Muddy getting cheap shot. He's going to be poisoned. The poison cleansing totem is going to be dropped down. Muddy's going to try and get this kite off, and here it comes. I think Muddy is on the edge here. He's going to go for a beautiful heal here. He's going to get that Thorn Grenade off onto Dexter's. Dexter's going to try and sprint up to him. He's going to get Frost Shocked here, and huge Frost Nova. Again, you can't ever put out the Shaman in these duels because they have so much burst potential. Dexter's at 4% here. This Lightning Shield is going to kill him if he doesn't do anything, and it is.
Man, oh man, dude. Dextrose going down. Not a sight you see too often, right? Very cool. Very cool. Sorry about that, guys. I should have told him to wait up for a second. Muddy, man. We got another Shaman. We got some more class diversity. You love to see the class diversity here. The Orc Shaman. Let's see what he's rocking with. Deep Earth Spalders, Helm of the Life Giver, Hand of Edward the Odd, a Shaman favorite, I have to say. The Gnomish Cloaking Device, an interesting choice here. Haven't tested it too much. Do you happen to know if it disjoints stuff if you use it? I don't think it does, but
Gnomish Cloaking Device. Gnomish Cloaking Device is a really cool tool. You can use specifically not against the Warlock matchup because they have Detect Lesser Invisibility, which is what it is. It's a lesser invisibility. But against classes like Rogue, Hunter, Mage, it's basically a Vanish, right? It is instant speed, and it puts you in invisibility, so hunters can't flare you out of it, which is really cool. So Muddy's going to put down all 4 of his totems. He knows that he's allowed to do this before the duel starts, but he's not allowed to break the rogue out.
You like his formation of the totems too? You like how he just has them all spread out like this in a little freaking parabola or whatever?
Yeah, actually, surprisingly, there's a lot of tech behind this, right? Because now Dexterous can't be able to just sap and clear everything, so he's going to go for as much damage as he can on the Muddy. Muddy going for this lesser healing wave here. He's going to Iron Grenade to try and get as much as possible.
The Iron Grenade on all the peasants, too. What a freaking sweet play right there. And then he was able to connect with that heal, too, you know? Like, if he didn't do that, the pushback from the Peasant Callers may have prevented him from getting off that heal. That was tight, man. Is that the counterplay, man? They bear up Peasant Collar and you snap grenade it? That was really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Muddy, man,
very
dude.
well played by Muddy.
They just slap, dude. Those shocks, man. When it's almost like a shadow burn every time they shock. You know, like it's just so strong. Do you think the Shaman is favored here as a rogue, man?
It depends on I think that Hemorrhage is definitely better against a Shaman than Daggers because you just don't have the burst kind of light through that armor, right? But you know, Muddy is playing this, I think, very perfectly. So it's gonna be up to Daggers to kind of step up his game here, and I think he did get. I don't know if he used his invisibility cloak. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this formation of the totems just makes it so he can't sap and then clear the totems and then get back to Muddy before the sap breaks.
I love it,
which
dude.
is why he's doing it the way that he's doing it. It's actually very smart.
Very smart.
Here is just he's just forced here to cheap shot and and try and do as much burst as he can. And that's why you see these mind-numbing poisons. And he knows that they're going to get knocked off here with this poison cleansing totem from this distance here. So he's going to...
There's the Rocket Helm too, using a very high tempo cooldown. So he's going to use this rock. So what is his play here? He Rocket Helms, he's just trying to get all of his DRs back and reopen clean, right? That's what I'm assuming. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then there was the Gnomish cloaking device, and he's going to get immediately Sapper charged out, and he's going to get blinded. Dexter's here no longer able to reset because this Flame Shock is on him, and Muddy is now going to start this kite and really take over this. Here comes the Lightning Bolt, and oh my god, beautiful vanish to negate all that damage. We'll see if he's going to be able to clutch it out here. I think Dexter's going to get it. Let's see what happens, though. Oh my gosh.
Dude, these duels are sweet. These duels are sweet. These are probably some of the best duels of the night, man. Very fun to watch. We need some more shamans up in here, guys. You love to watch the shaman duels. So cool. So are we one apiece? Was I gone that long? I came back like mid.
No, it's 2-1 in favor of Money, which is why Dexter's was forced to really use his high tempo plays here. So we're going to be able to see, hopefully, Dexter's is going to be able to pick up another win here. I'd like to see Dexter's go for the sap and at least clear the poison cleansing totem to try and negate some of this tempo that Muddy's able to create with this poison cleansing.
You think Dextros would have lost if he didn't vanish that burst there at the end? It looked like...
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Muddy used his nature swiftness chain lightning, and Dexter's was able to get that. That was so beautifully played by Dex.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So that vanish really saved his life and prevented all that damage from hitting him, man. That was, so cool. So cool. Let's see what kind of formation he opts for this time with the totems, going for a bit of an L shape, like that Tetris piece.
Yeah, he's just trying to keep the totems spread out as much as possible so that Muddy's not, or so that Dexter's is not able to do anything about it. So again, Dexter's just going to open up here with the cheap shot. He's going to go for the gouge here and try and reset as much as he can. But like, this is actually pretty clever from him. So
you see how fast those mind numbing and stuff fall off too, dude? The mind numbing just applied and just immediately gone, dude. All right.
Yeah, 600 health going to be removed from him. So now Dexter's here going to get hit by the Reckless Charge, and Muddy's going to be able to get this hard reset.
Reset.
It's going to be difficult.
Big slap coming out of the Shaman right now. No Flame Shock. Oh, no, he has the Flame Shock up. Okay, good.
Chain Lightning into the Flame Shock, and so now Dexter's going to be popping an Absorb kind of effect. He's going to try and run out and keep the distance on Muddy so he can get this reset. Muddy knows that he's here now, so he's going to try and Earthbind, maybe put out on a Stone Claw Totem to break here, so he's going to get these heals off. He's going to put this Lightning Shield back up, and there comes the Poison Cleansing to keep himself in the range. So we'll see when Dexter's decides that he wants to open
Lowish mana, though, on the Shaman, though, man. I mean, I wonder how... I don't know the values of how expensive everything is, but he's going to be operating at about 45% mana here. Sasuke getting the full Sapper here. How are you going to open here as a rogue? What's the play?
You just got to go for the cheap shot and hope it doesn't resist, right? Yeah. So he's going to resap here. He knows that he doesn't have too much to do. So he's just going to go for this cheap shot. He knows he's a little bit out of the range of the Poison Cleansing Totem. So Muddy's going to try and creep over towards this Poison Cleansing Totem, or he's going to place a new one down. And again, Muddy at half health. Dexter is still at full health after that beautiful sap into advantage, and now Dexter is getting kited. Muddy taking the advantage. He's running back to his totem. He's going to get poison cleansed from this totem. He's going for this heal. The heal is huge. Dexter is kited. I don't see him coming back after this. Chain Lightning, Flame Shock. It's rough for Dexter.
Dude, making Shaman look so fun, Muddy, I have to say. Dexter's trying to reset just like the last time. Let's see if he can slip away.
Muddy's just going to eat and drink here now, and he knows that he gets this soft reset, so Dexter's going to be able to stealth up. He's going to try and hopefully get this sap and clear one of these poison cleansing totems out, because otherwise I don't see him coming back from this. Dexter's at 48%, Muddy still at 80% health. He's going to get gouged. Dexter's going to try and use his last of his cooldowns here. He's going to get the kidney shot, but it's going to get resisted, and Muddy keeping this distance like he's supposed to. Blind coming down. The poison cleansing totem's finally dropping off. He's going to go for the Frost Strike over the Flame Shock, which I think might be his undoing. We'll see what happens here. Dexter's still going for the sap. He might try and eat a little bit of food before he comes back for open. He's going to go rogue, and he's going to cheap shot here. I think that was very, very clever here. He's going to be able to get this game. Holy cow, major Swift is coming out of nowhere. Dextro's so low. Money almost completely tapped on mana, and Dextro's able to clutch it.
Some very nice casting there, my co-caster Sasuke. I have to say, I love what you said. That might be his undoing. You think that was his undoing? He opted for the Frost Shock, which deals more damage, right? But like more just instant damage, but doesn't apply the dot, right? So he's able to slip back into stealth there. Man.
Yeah.
You think that was his undoing? You think that was the difference maker, possibly?
I honestly, I think that what may have been the only difference maker, right? Because he was able to get that bandage off, put himself at to like a good 60%, and Dexter's was chilling at a good 15%. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Muddy played that right, and maybe Dexter's just played that just as good and was able to clutch it out. But man, these duels are high tempo and high caliber.
Yeah, man.
Really fun to watch.
These are both members of Onslaught, man. You guys definitely got some gamers in the guild for sure. One of the top guilds in the world at the moment, Onslaught. All right. So we're at 2-2? Man.
2-2, yes,
2-2. Love to see it. A nail biter between the Shaman and the Rogue. Shamans are just so flashy and cool, man. All right.
Yeah.
Muddy laying down the totems here, making his own little design right here.
Again, keeping them spread out so that he can't, so that Dexter's can't clear the totems and reopen up on the Money. So he's just probably going to go for the cheap shot again. I would like to see him potentially go for the sap into clearing the poison cleansing totem and then opening back up on him. So he is going to try and clear as many of these totems out as possible. The searing totem going to try and keep him in combat a little bit longer than he'd like to be, but Muddy is just going to obviously place him back down. He gets out of the sap here and he's going to put down the poison cleansing immediately. And again, he just puts up his totem wall.
Yeah, that didn't really accomplish too much though, right? Clearing those totems, and the sap fell off, and then we're kind of back to square one.
Looks like it, yeah. He knows that, so Dexter's just going to give up on it. He's going to go for the cheap shot. The mind-numbing poison going to try and keep him out of here. This kidney shot doing a lot of work right now. He's might going to get this gouge up. He is going to get this gouge up. Muddy at half health now, and Dexter's going to try and get this hard reset, but Muddy just going to put down the poison cleansing totem. He knows he's going to be fine to get this lesser healing wave off. He's going to put this lightning shield up, and he knows he's just whittling down Dexter's as best he can. So let's see what happens. Dexter's going to get the cheap shot off before that.
Ooh, huge damage.
Beautiful
Sapper
burst, and Dexter's going to be able to clutch it out for game number 5. Holy
insane,
shit.
dude. Insane. That was Dexter Sapper there, right? Just for the extra tempo. That's insane, man. Holy shit. Such huge burst damage coming out of the Rogue there. It just shows how fast you can 100 to 0 someone as a Rogue. Very well played. Very well played. Man, I can't help but think about that chain lightning, or whatever that was, chain lightning, the little burst that he vanished right there. That would have been the difference maker. And here we are with Dexterous moving on to the next round. Very well played to both parties. All right. Let us see what we got next. So Dexterous moving on.
I'm going to make a quick bathroom break, so I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. Next up we have Max the Ripper and myself. Alright, let me re-enable my UI.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, my man. I'm up versus Ripper, if you could be so kind as to attempt to commentate.
Alright, boys. Hopefully I don't screw up and forget to press my push to talk button this time.
No worries. Let's do that. Alright. Let's give this a shot. Oh, whoops.
So this is Orc versus Orc, and I believe that Max the Ripper is not Destro. So we're going to see who's going to be able to win here, the Destro or the SL lock. So Kargot's going for a huge banish here. He's not going to be able to get off the Reckless Charge on his from his pet. So Max the Ripper is going to try and banish the Fell Hunter, but Paladin's going to be able to resist it. Huge soul fire onto Max Ripper. Going to put him at half health. He's going to get Death Coiled here. He's going to be put into another fear, and this looks like it's going to spell the doom for Max Ripper. These dots are being placed on him. These dots are being fully placed on him. He's going to get burned off. He's going to put his Shadow Ward to try and absorb as much damage as he can. Kargaz putting his Shadow Ward in return, and these Spell Hunters are just doing a lot of work. This fear is going to be able to land on Kargaz. Kargaz actually being put on the back foot here. Max Ripper going to be able to recover a lot here. We'll see what happens. I believe Kargaz still has his health stone available. I believe he still has his spell stone available, but this fear is just lasting forever. And Kargaz already down to 1,000 health. His dot is about to take off. Max Ripper has to run back to him, so we're going to see what happens here. Oh, Kargaz got fled from the fear. What a lucky fear from Max. What a lucky fear from Max the Ripper, I gotta say.
Very good fear. It's a good one.
Kargaz going to resummon the Spell Hunter. They're both going to get set back up, so wonderful duels for both these players. Alright, so now we're just waiting for the dual flag to be set for both these players. It looks like Kargaz is still setting up. He's just getting his buffs up for this last little second here, so it's going to be starting here momentarily. Alright, Kargaz just going to life tap, get himself back up, and eat this food. And we're going to see duel number 2. Alright, Orc versus Orc. Destro versus Siphon Life. Let's see what happens. It's going to immediately pop his Talisman of Premier Power. Kargaz it's going to get Spellstone. It's going to get locked out. He's going to get Death Coiled into a Fear here. It looks like Max Ripper obviously on the strong foot of this. Banish going to come out for Kargaz. Got to get resisted. It's going to try again. Shadow Ward coming out for Max the Ripper. Max Ripper going to land this huge fear onto Kargaz. Kargaz is going to break it here. It's going to get broken early. Kargaz on the back. He's going to pop his Stealth Stone. He's going to pop his Health Stone. He's going to get this huge fear onto Max Ripper. And immediate Soul Fire is what it looks like. Death Coil into what looks like into another fear. It's going to get DR'd. It looks like it's just going to get resistant power out. It's going to be popped by Max Ripper. Max Ripper going to try and fear here. He's going to get Shadow Burn. He is going to get this fear off. It looks like it's going to get resisted by Kargaz. Kargaz trying to do the most he can onto Max Ripper. Max Ripper being put on this back foot here. He's going to be silenced here at this last little half of health. He's going to be forced into popping all these cooldowns. This huge emulate into this huge burn, and Kargaz going to take them game number 2.
Bro, I'm so bad at this, bro. Holy shit.
You're not Drake Dog?
No, man. Not at all. Push Dog, yeah. I'll put Push Dog on next time. I bet. You just spam my keyboard. What is that green shield that pops up around you? That is a Spellstone, my man. It's a Warlock conjured item. It's kind of like a closest thing you have to a Cloak of Shadows in vanilla. It's a really cool tool, I have to say. You can use multiple ranks with them, as I was saying earlier. Demon Armor, thank you very much, Mike. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, dude. What add-on is that? That's actually a weak aura. It's pretty cool. I was on the line with Ale yesterday and Sasuke. We kind of figured that out. You have those running right now, Sasuke? The debuff thing? They're pretty sweet, man. Really liking it so far.
I do, but it's not popping up for me for whatever reason.
Do you have the friendly nameplates enabled with the health bars? That could be it. They are tethered to those.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. Okay. We have Demon Armor.
Okay, the dueling flag going down, so Karga's gonna immediately shadow word here. He's gonna start off with a blanket silence on the max but to try and gain this tempo here. He's going for a huge shadow blow is what it looks like. Oh no, it's a banish instead, my bad. Alright, Max Ripper gonna be putting these thoughts onto Kargas. Kargas totally got it up here. He's gonna get Death Coil here. He's gonna try and land another fear and he's gonna try and banish the Fell Hunter. He's gonna get resisted. Looks like it was almost going to get cast, but it's going to immediately death roll. Karga's going for another banish here onto the Fell Hunter. It's going to be able to land. Shadow Word coming on from Max the Ripper. These dots landing on huge. The Spear is going to be DR'd a little bit, but again, huge dots onto Max the Ripper. Karga's dots are falling off, and again, Max the Ripper just trying to get this banish, but he's not able to do so. Huge burst, and he's going to comp his health zone here. Karga's now going for this Drain Tank. His pet's going to get his spear for whatever reason, and Max the Ripper not going to be able to get back in that temple place with the spears.
Gotta watch my shards, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing about playing Destro and Shadowburn, you really gotta watch your shards. I tried to freaking show up with as many shards as possible, but I had to summon some people and just gotta be a little bit careful. Does the spell still need to be on the hand to use it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, you have to have it equipped, my man. You have to have it equipped. Everything.
Duel number 4, Kargas 2-1 Max Over. We'll see who's going to be able to win this here. Again, with the immediate size into the fear, Max Thurp going to get feared here by Kargas. Kargas going to be able to put this banish up onto the pet. The pet's going to resist it. It's going to be pretty huge here, but the fear has lasted so long here. Crisp Agony, Curse of Elements going to replace the Crisp Agony here. He's going to go for an emulate, but he's going to get Death Coil here. It's going to interrupt his dots being placed onto Kargas. Kargas being whittled away just a little bit. The spell's going to drop off all these things, and the fear coming in huge for Kargas. Kargas going to be able to absorb a shit ton of damage here, and the burst going to be placed onto Max Ripper. Max Ripper going to be able to absorb a lot of this damage here with that spellstone. The Death Coil here going to land Max Ripper on the back, but he's only got 600 health left. Kargas still at full health. He is a little bit doomed though. He is going to have to possibly potentially life tap here to try and gain some mana. He's going to use his life tap. He's going to throw an Iron Grenade onto Max Ripper. It's going to be landing here. Max Ripper down to 200 health. This last tick should be able to do it, and Kargas have to be able to do it.
All right. We have. Next up, we have Dextrose versus Shelzo. Let me put it up. Dextrose versus Shelzo. Warlock Rogue coming up. I think they played last week, man. I think this is a rematch.
I believe Dextrose.
Maybe not. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think you're right because Dextrose played Silva, and then I think he played another Warlock afterwards.
Yeah, dude, I feel bad for Shelzo. As my fellow Warlock brother, dude. Dextro's just spooky as fuck, man.
Oh, no,
Spooky as fuck.
this
Oh,
is the
first time?
they've
Okay.
dueled.
Alright, let's get rid of this UI stuff. Try and make a clean viewership experience for you. Okay. So, what do you think about this? He's is he an undead rogue? Dextrose? Sorry, I'm blanking right now. No, he's an orc, right? He's an
like
orc.
me, yeah.
That's a big
The
deal.
reason,
Yeah.
the reason why we go orc is because one is better for PvE, and then the second reason is actually better in Warsong Gulch. Because you're more likely to get, because you're more likely to have a priest in a pre-made than if you're by yourself. So those are the reasons. And honestly, it's not a bad choice to be an undead if your main goal is to do world PvP. But if you want to be like a PvE god, definitely undead or orc. Sorry. All right, Dexter's gonna get this opener here. He's gonna try and vanish this seduction here. He's gonna blind shell and get this reopener. He's gonna kill this pet.
No, the pet. Oh, the sapper onto the pet too. He's showing how much he really values killing that thing. Yo, Shelto's a freaking beast, dude, I have to say.
All right, Shelto's gonna land this huge Iron Grenade. It's gonna be a fear. It's gonna change the tempo of this fight. It's gonna put all the dots onto Dexter's. Dexter's already
he can just run
very
now.
low.
Yeah.
Yep, and this burns.
That's it. Oh man, very well played. So hold on. I feel like I missed the most important part there. How did he get out of the initial seduction? Did he skull?
He did, I believe. Yes.
He did, right?
Yeah, I did pay attention to his equips, but I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, really.
Yeah, he must have skulled, right? Like, as an orc, he can't wood out of that. So, I mean, I have to honestly, I don't know, maybe it's different because I'm a warlock, but I have to give the favor to the warlock here, I think. Just because being able to just seduce the rogue, and, you know, him not being able to wood out of it because he's orc, like, I don't know, I just feel like you get irreversibly ahead, you know, with no... But, actually, so, I mean, Skull changes it, right? Skull is actually a big deal, and it's only a 5-minute cooldown, so, you know... Yeah, it's tough. I mean, there's always counterplay in vanilla, right? It's hard to say. I don't want to speak too decisively here, but as the warlock, I would feel pretty confident in this matchup. Because Skull, how bad is Skull taking you as a rogue, right? Isn't I mean, it kind of deals a pretty substantial amount of damage, right? I mean,
yeah, it hurts. You usually end up taking like 800 damage, and you know I only have 4,000 health, so that's a fifth of my health, just so I don't have to get seduced.
If this was you in the matchup, would you let it run its full duration versus a warlock with succubus, or would you switch it off immediately, just like a couple seconds and take it off? So there's the seduce.
I switch it off. Yeah. So he's gonna get the gouge off before the seduce, which I really like because he's so Shelto's actually just gonna go for the immediate so far into what I assume to be the death coil. He's actually
no
gonna
coil.
Go for Shadow Burn. He's not gonna be able to banish the seduction. Oh my God, seduction coming back up. Shelto's gonna be able to create some distance here. He's gonna create this emulate, and I think he's just gonna run at this point. So he's going to go for the Searing Pain. And
yeah. So one thing that's really cool about Corruption, man, and Drake Dog was, you know, one of the OGs who did this, is Corruption, it takes 3 seconds for Corruption to tick, right? So Curse of Agony ticks every 2 seconds, Corruption ticks every 3. So you can actually apply a Corruption, you know, even before you seduce, right? And you can still Corruption and then ammo into a Conflag, all, you know, and that you know, they will all connect at the same time, right? Like you have to, 3 seconds is a long time, right? So it's a nice play. I like how he put Corruption there, TLDR. All right. So.
Yeah, very well played by Shelto. So yeah, and I agree that the orc here is really unfavorable versus the warlock, especially if they have the pet out, right? The seduction really just kind of changes the very tempo of the play. So. All right.
All right. So. He should have Skull up for this, right? 5-minute cooldown. He should have it available for this, so maybe he can open really, really strong here and not have to take that first, you know, full duration seduce from the warlock. That's got to be running through his mind here. I'm curious to see how long he leaves that on, because the effect of Skull of Impending Doom does get canceled when you swap on another offhand. I'm just inspecting him here, seeing if he uses it or not. We will see.
Yeah. Usually what I like to do when I open up on a warlock and I know that they have their seduction pet as an orc is I'll count 1 second. So I'll do like literally 1/1000 and then I'll pop the skull, because it's only going to be about a half a second before the seduction comes off. So you only really take 1 or maybe 2 ticks of damage before you can take it off.
I see. Okay. It's a good little rogue tip for everybody out there watching.
All right. So now Shelto just sitting here patiently waiting for the rogue to get the opener on him. We'll see what Dexter decides to do to open up on him here. I was actually considering against Shelto maybe just opening up with a cheap shot Sapper charge into a blind onto Shelto so he can kill the pet and resist. But again, the seduction coming out and he's not keeping the pet near him, so that wouldn't have worked. So Shelto here going for the first aid. He's going to put a little bit of health on himself. He's going to go for the Soulfire, and what I assume to be again a death coil.
Oh,
he's going to get reckless charged here.
If he death coiled there, man, it would be a world of difference right now, because you can pretty much make it so they can't play the game for a while if you opt for the death coil there, because then you can Shadow Bolt into a grenade, and then just keep them. Oh man, he does get the invis back off on the succubus though. You see that? That's very important. I think he dropped combat for a second there, and this way the rogue can't just pick on it. While you're in sap. Yep. That's quite nice. So we're sort of back to square one, but Shelto maybe a little bit behind. We'll see. I don't know if he used Skull there. It looks like he just ate the whole seduce, right? The first one. So we'll see what happens here. I'm going to put Shelto a little bit at a disadvantage right now, but you never know.
We'll see if Dextros can just open up. It doesn't. It depends on how many kidney points.
Was that at work stun resist right there? It looked like it. Yeah, looked like it was one of the first of the night. One of the first one, and this is the full. This is the full The full DR thing. Oh, Reflector! Oh,
holy
dude.
cow, Reflector lands huge here. He's going to be able to kill the pet here. The Fear is going to land on a Dexterous, though. So Tempo's still in Shelto's favor. It's going to break early, unfortunately, for Dexterous. Dexterous is going to vanish, but it's going to get immediately broken by all these dots. This Iron Grenade here, it's just going to get resisted by Dexterous because of his Orc Stun resistance. He's going to get this Death Blow here, and I don't think Dexterous is going to be able to come back.
Searing Pain. Oh, man. Just so much damage coming out of the Warlock. Definitely well played. Was that 3 from Shelto? Oh, man.
That was.
GDs, yeah. So, I don't know if that was a Heartbeat resist or if that was a half DR Seduce, right? But he just broke that Seduction, right, without anything impacting him and was able to go immediately into that Reflector. That's what it looked like, but anyway.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just a Heartbeat, you know? Dexterous was also able to resist the Iron Grenade, but that cheap shot resist from Shelto just proved to be too much of a tempo swing into his favor. And again, that's the reason why you got Wargs, ladies and gentlemen. It's just those stun resists change the whole fabric of the game.
Absolutely. It was nice knowing you, Sasuke. I'm fighting my freaking guy who killed me last week.
Oh no.
Not like this, dude. Not like this. Fighting Big Funky Pot right now. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do.
Okay. Funky Pot versus Kargaz. I mean, Kargaz was able to win the Destro matchup versus Max the Ripro, right? So Destro, it wasn't Destro v Destro, so it was Funky Pot's build versus versus Kargaz. So Kargaz was able to take it clutch here, so I want to see what happens here. Maybe Kargaz has the burst, but maybe the Will of the Forsaken will prove to be too much.
It's not looking good for me, my man. Oh, I gotta give myself some Mage Water. 1 second. It's nice knowing you, dude. It's good casting with you. It's lights out. There we go. Just get some food going. Okay. What are we gonna do here?
Alright, guys. Funky Pot, the guy who won the duel tournament last week versus Kargaz. So no matter what we got here, we got Warlock v Warlock or Warlock v Warlock. We'll see what happens. It's going to be fun to watch either way. I think the Warlock versus Warlock matchup is actually a lot more exciting because it is just a pure skill matchup between the two. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of tech choices between the talents. So we're going to be able to see what happens here in game number 1. Kargaz here going to go for the invisibility first. It looks like it's going to get detected by Funky Pot here. Kargaz, though, in the back foot. Funky Pot popping his Talisman of Premier Pal. He's going to be putting these dots onto this pet. He's going to try and burn it down as best he can. And Kargaz here going to get Death Blow. The Shadow Ward going to be able to absorb a lot of damage. The Fear is going to come in your clutch. But Will of the Forsaken is going to be able to break him out of it. He's going to try and Death Blow here. He's going to be able to get this Death Blow off. It's not going to get resisted, but immediately into these more dots. And Funky Pot going to try and drain tank Kargaz. But here comes the Fear from Kargaz. Kargaz going to be able to break off Funky Pot's Temple, and Temple is going to get broken early because of this Fear. The Blanket Silence onto his low health. We're going to be able to see, hopefully, potentially, he's going to be able to win this here. Kargaz on the front end of this Funky Pot, so far behind, and Kargaz is going to be able to take game number 1 against Funky Pot. Wonderful play.
Holy shit, there's an Alliance guy here. Level 38. This guy's a brave soul.
He just wanted to watch. Poor guy.
Oh, push to talk. Good call. Vec, now. Thanks, dude.
Okay, game number 2 about to start between both of these players here. And again, remember, Funky Pot is a very, very well experienced undead warlock. He's been in this the private scene for a while, but Kargaz opting in for the Destro Warlock spec, and it looks like it's honestly paying dividends for him. He's able to create a little bit more pressure than Kargaz, Kargaz is able to create a little bit more pressure than Funky Pot. So here looks like comes the dueling flag between the two. So we're going to see what happens. Karga's obviously not at full health quite yet, so I think Funky Pot's just waiting. He's going to pop a Shadow Word. He's going to drink up to full health, and it looks like we'll see what happens. We will see what happens between the two. So again, these guys are just getting ready. We're going to hold off here, I guess, on like a little bit too much commentating, maybe, I don't know, but we'll see what happens again. Just waiting for that flag to come down. So everyone's fully buffed, everyone's fully maned up. Kargas has his rocket helm available to him right now, so if he uses it here, he's not going to be able to use it in the final, which honestly might be the change maker here between the two of them. So again, Shadow Word's coming out. Duel looks like it's about to start, so immediately into the reckless charge, but Funky Pot's going to use his pet to break it now, and Kargas kind of left here all alone. His Curse of Tongue's going to be doing as much as he can to him, and it's going to make these casts take so much longer. It's going to interrupt him a lot. He's going to pop the Cellstone early, and Funky Pot got to pop his Marina, what looks like the Arena Grandmaster. So Grenade going to miss from Kargas. Funky Pot doing a great job of juking him. This Curse of Agony is doing a lot to Kargas. He's going to be putting down the Shadow Ward. He's going to absorb this Death Bow here, but again, Kargas seems like he's on the back foot. Funky Pot already out of mana though. Shadow Burn starting to take into effect. He's going to get Hellstone. He's going to get Blanket Silence. Kargas is, and Kargas fully dotted up. Shadow Burn up. He's going to try and cast this Inferno onto Funky Pot to get game number 2. It's going to land this huge stun onto him, but again, he's going to get Drain Tank, and it looks like Funky Pot's going to be able to take game number 2.
Damn, dude, I scuffed that. Real bad. Real bad.
Close.
Yeah.
These are good duels.
Yeah. Are we even allowed to use Inferno? We are we?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't even ask you before. I didn't.
No, there's no rule that says so. Rule of thumb, if there's no rule against it, you can do it.
Hopefully these people can kill the Inferno. That's from my fellow interns, so memeing. Kill it! Help! Thanks, dude. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Funky Pot asking for 30 seconds before the duel starts, which is absolutely acceptable. All right, we've got some Alliance just running around. This is pretty cool, actually. I did, hello, Stevie. So the duel starting here, Kargas going to get immediately, his pet is going to get Reckless Charge here. I thought that was Kargas. So Kargas' pet going to get Reckless Charge here. Funky Pot going to be putting all these full dots onto him. It's going to create a huge tempo swing into Defunct's favor. I don't know what health. It looks like he's still at pretty much full health, but all these dots going to be taken off from the Spellstone. He's going to be forced early here from Funky Pot. Funky Pot has all these dots being put on him. He's going to put the Shadow Ward on, and he's going to try and get as many Seer Pains as he can off here. He's going to go for this huge Shadow Bolt. Obviously, he knows he's not going to get interrupted here. He's going to get Shadow Bolt into this Death Bolt. Kargas here on the back foot. Defunct doing what he can to take over this game, and it looks like he's going to go for a late game Blanket Silence for the victory. And duel number 2 going Funky Pot.
Got outplayed. Got my shit reflected too. My Death Coil.
Oh, Okay. I didn't see him cast a death glow. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, got it reflected. Yeah.
So, what do I think? What do you think about 6-piece Shadowcraft proc over Viscaric Brutality Blade, Hodge, and Wind Fury? I mean, are you talking about PvP or PvE? Because those are two different elements. If you're talking about PvP, I don't agree with 6-piece Shadowcraft at all. It's too RNG based, and you're relying too much on. You're just relying too much on having the proc to go off in order to do something. But if you're talking about PvE, I think 6-piece Shadowcraft is really, really strong. We have a guild member named Evolve who is relatively under-geared, and he's able to do a lot. So, yeah, it really depends on what you're talking about. Okay. Okay, yeah, you're talking about PvE. Yeah. I would not do daggers in PvE at all. I just don't think it's good. The only fight in which daggers is good is Veiled Stress because you have infinite energy. And in that case, yeah, you definitely should go daggers. You can do like 2k DPS.
Wait, I got the first one, right? He's saying he won 3. I think he
Yeah, no.
he won 2, right?
It's 2.
Yeah, it's 2, right? Okay. I have no shards either. Yeah, no shards stream. See stream? I have no shards, dude. No shards gamer right now. I came here with 2 full soul pouches, so should be kind of even. Either way, I can't use Shadow Burn or anything like that. It's the Warlock life. The shard life.
All right. Game number 4 going between Funky Pot and Kargos. Kargos going to go for the immediate blanket silence on the Funky Pot to try and get the tempo here, but Funky Pot going to break the fear with his Will of the Forsaken. He's going to get Death Coil here. And again, Kargos going for these huge fears here. He's going to get his Reign of Grandmaster off. And again, Kargos going to be able to get this fear off. He has this Curse of Tongues on him, and it's doing a lot of work. It's slowing down his ability to play this game. He's going to go for the Spanish onto Funky Pot's pet here. It looks like it's going to get resisted, but he's going to land the second one here. Funky Pot forced to use his Spell Stem. He's going to use his Shadow Word as well. Kargos here, it looks like he's on the top end of this fight. Funky Pot almost out of mana. Kargos has full dots on him. He's going to go for this fear. He's going to get blanket. He's going to get silenced on his fear. So Funky Pot going to go for this fear here. He's going to get this resist onto this Iron Grenade thrown by Kargos. Kargos obviously throw his do his best here, but again, Kargos just kind of trying to run away or run to Funky Pot. Funky Pot obviously going for this soft reset to get as many mana as possible. Going to get the dots off and Funky Pot back to 1,000 mana. He's going to go for the Stimulate here onto Kargos. He's going to use the Shadow Word instead, and now he's just going to drain tank. And Kargos has full dots on him again, and it's looking really, really rough for both players. And it's hard to tell who's going to win. A huge Hellstone from Funky Pot going to be clutch here, and this blanket silence on Kargos. Funky Pot's going to be able to take game 4 here against Kargos.
Well played. Yep, he's got stripes on me for sure. GDs. Gotta get better at that. GDs.
Alright. Looks like Funky Pot's gonna go Earth and try and get a little bit of health.
Yeah. We can. I don't know. What would you do in this situation, Sauce? I'm kind of saying like I don't know if we should get shards right now. You kind of just have to come with enough shards to play, you know, because it's going to delay the tournament. But what do you think, man?
I don't know, because in Hen House you could just buy 250 soul shards, and it would take up one slot. So it was kind of you always had enough soul shards. So I've never really been in a situation where Warlocks just didn't have enough.
Yeah, there's
I guess
it's a big concern. We can port them real quick. Give me 3 minutes. Okay, no problem. If you can hustle Defunct, man. If you're talking, yeah, if you can get shards really quick. I want a fair duel. That's good. Okay, he wants a fair duel. That's good. So all parties are happy. I guess it's only an issue if the person doesn't want, is trying to press that issue. But, yep. Let's see if Shelto can give him a better fight than me, man.
All right. Shelto has played very well up until this point, right? He was able to take down Dextros. He was able to take down me. So he's only had rogues to go against. So hopefully he can win the Warlock v Warlock matchup. We'll see if he's going to be able to take it against Funky Pot. I mean, obviously Funky Pot's got those stripes on him. He's got the experience, and he obviously plays very, very well. So.
Yeah, he does. He's really good. He's a gamer. For sure. Shelto says, shout out to Antiquated Nobleman's Tunic. I guess he's still got some greens on him. He was, he's pretty undergeared, I have to say, comparatively, but he's really doing a good job considering his eye level. I wish I could summon you, Funky Pot, but I'm out of shards, my man. Hopefully there's a Warlock here with some shards left. You got him with a summon, Shelto? Whenever he's ready.
Lars, if you're first, you're 2, which might be better just to try and maintain the soul shards for Shelto, and so is Vecna, so we got a couple of Warlocks.
Yeah, true. True. He got it. Vecna's got it for him. Hopefully he's get a couple shards. Yeah, it's not like the PTR or Henhouse, man, where you can just spawn stuff in or have GM powers or anything.
Henhouse doesn't. You don't get GM powers, but
yeah,
they have like these little vendors that you can just buy everything you ever need. Like if you want 250 thorium grenades, it's 5 silver. So
yeah, we had a guild PTR. We just like a repack, you know, we set up, and we all had GM powers, and we would duel on there for hours and stuff, and just spawn stuff in. Miss those days.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. Got some Alliance out here coming to play. Have they been trying to interfere, or are they just being good sports about it?
No, they're just here to watch and have fun.
Here to watch. Nice. Oh, you hate to see it. Stevie going down to the bed, dude. Oh, no. Oh, no. They are from Rise, too. Okay. Some Rise out here. Looks like we got some good a friendly competitive spirit out here. It's nice. Alright, let's see where how Funky Pot's doing. Defunct.
Right. I thought Thick Meadow was a hunter, right?
He is a hunter, yeah. He couldn't make it. He had some IRL stuff come up last minute. He was helping cast last week, but he's sitting this one out here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then how did Stevie duel Thick Meadow?
Well, Stevie's Alliance, right? I guess they just /dueled. Yeah.
Maybe the Alliance has to duel the Horde? I don't know.
Yeah, yo, this is pretty sweet though. Look around though, man. Like just lots of people out here in Bloodhoof Village dueling and doing PvP. It's you love to see it, man. You love to see it. It's cool. Everybody out here dropping duel flags, man. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's really cool.
In phase 1, baby.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Hopefully we can get this type of stuff going more, man. It's already, dude. Love the synergy. Love the casting, dude. You're a beast. All right, let's see if this. He said he's 1 minute away. 1 minute till he's ready. Shelto, check him out, ladies and gentlemen. The finalist with the best in slot, Antiquated Nobleman's Tunic. Very, very strong piece of gear right here. With the 13 spell power on it. Omnicast boots. The green Arena Master trinket. Absolute legend. Best of 5. Okay. Yeah. Best of 5 in the finals. Here we go. Hopefully we get our other finalist out here. He's recharged, got a few shards. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Defunct is definitely the favorite here. But if Shelto wins this, he is gonna be on the map, my man. If the Antiquated Nobleman's Tunic Warlock beats Big Funky Pot in the finals, oh man, he is gonna put himself on the map for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a final. Let's park this Fell Hunter over here. I'll just dismiss him. We'll get rid of all this junk for you. Okay. We are good to duel. I'm kind of low-key rooting for Shelto, man. He's He's definitely the underdog here. Dual flag getting dropped. Starting to dot each other up. Agony into Corruption. Siphon Life. There's the Devour Magic. More dots on Sheltso than there is on Funky Pot. The Fell Hunter is locked out. I like that play. Is that an interesting line? I never really did that before. Lock out the Fell Hunter.
Yeah, interesting line. Sheltso here just getting feared super far, and it looks like this fear isn't breaking. So he's going to use his Spellstone and immediately going to get Death Growth. He has to use his Healthstone here. He's going to try all that he can. He's going to pump his Shadow Ward. Funky Pot obviously in the advantage here because he doesn't have to use too much. He is out of mana though, so I would actually have to say that Sheltso might be the favorite here. He's going to get saddled into the Shadow Burn.
Yeah.
Funky Pot always is out of mana, but for some reason he just punches it out always.
I really want to get with
so hard
Funky Pot and find out what his openers are, because I always feel he's just so good at putting you on the back foot when you're doing them. Like you can never pull off your clean opener. I've tried like 3 different variations on him, and somehow I always feel like I'm on the back foot. Oh man, I'm hearing the eagle sound. I think someone dropped some subs in here. Yeti just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support, Yeti. Very nice to meet you as well. Very nice to meet you, man. Thank you so much for the support. Welcome everybody to the channel. We like to do this stuff every week. Little fight night here on Scarum. Bear Scar subscribing to Twitch.
Pretty good name for the dual tournament, Scarum Fight Night or something like that.
Yeah, man. Man, this is just a taste of what's to come too, right? With Phase 2, people getting more PvP minded, man. I would love to do like just tons of events and stuff like that, you know. It's just such a good time. When you look over there and you see all these people dueling and stuff, dude, feels good, man. Feels good. Have you noticed it's kind of hard to get people to want to PvP though in Phase 1? I don't know, people in the chat, I don't know. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. People don't want to spend money to respec and stuff too, you know. I'm like, anyway, let's see. We're getting into duel number 2 here. Dual flag is dropped. Sheltso with the Shadow Word up, getting a few ticks on her. Want to wait for coil. 20 seconds. Sure, Sheltso being a good sport. Default trying to defend his crown, you know, trying to play it safe. You know, in that amount of time, ladies and gentlemen, as a warlock, you can't farm that many shards either. Like he may have gotten like 5 shards or something, maybe 10 or something if he went to a really good spot that I don't even know of, because he wasn't gone for that long. So you gotta think that Defunct is trying to budget his shards. You know, got those pay less shards right now, trying to only use them for really high impact stuff. Also, the Curse of Tongues, I have to admit, was pretty high impact versus me. I was thinking that the pressure would be better from Agony, but I kind of like his decision to use Tongues, especially against a Destro Warlock, where I am casting stuff a little bit more. So Sheltso with the Spellstone purging off all those dots, man. He just purged an entire row of Warlock dots off. Really high impact. There's the next Shadow Word. Shadow Word round 2. They're kind of trading somewhat evenly right now. 2 fell puppies just running around doing weird stuff. Defunct, that's his Hellstone. Sheltso looking pretty good on this one.
But Funky Pot's got so many dots on him, and he's going to go for the Blanket Science here at low health, and now he's going to try and Drain Tank, but again, Sheltso looks like he's ahead here. He's got 1,000 more health than
he does.
Funky Pot. Funky Pot going to drop here in game number 2.
Wow.
Beautifully played by Sheltso.
Very good, dude. I'm going to really attribute that win to the Antiquated Nobleman's Tunic. Really just such a high impact item here. Yeah. Just absolutely monstrous chess piece. Should have fired more shards. Yeah, I feel you, Funky Pot. I feel you. Let's check out Funky Pot's gear. So 3-piece fell hard. I feel like I looked at this already. He's got the Aquamentus on, Talisman.
Funky Pot's biggest piece right here.
He has enough to create enough.
Counselor's Pants of Eagle.
Wait, what? Say it.
His green pants.
Oh, did he have that on this whole time? High Counselor's Pants
did.
of Eagle. Wow. Dude, so they're equally greened out. He's got the High Counselor's Pants versus the Antiquated Nobleman's Tunic. Who's gonna win? Sheltso opening a trade. Wants a Hellstone. Oh, Mage Food or Water. Oh, I got you, man. Yeah. I got you. I think I have a little bit left. Here you go, buddy. All right. No problem, no problem. So what are they, one apiece now? I think so.
It is 1-1, yeah.
1-1.
Comes rule number 3.
All right.
Dual flag coming down, Shadow Ward being popped by both players, so we'll see what happens here. Alright, immediately into the Curse of Tongs, into the Talisman of Ephemeral Power, and he's going to pop his Immolation, but it's going to get eaten by Shelto's pet here. He's going to silence Shelto's Emulate. Shelto's going to cast this Spear here onto Funky Pot. Funky Pot, I think, just going to resist it. Death Coil going to happen here. Dots being placed onto him, but it keeps getting eaten by Shelto's pet. He's going to pop his spell stone here. He's going to pop a Death Coil onto Funky Pot. Funky Pot being put here at 40% health. Shelto, honestly, on the strong side of this fight. Funky Pot is so low on health. He's going to try and pop his first aid here, but it's going to get immediately removed by the Siphon Life from Funky Pot. Funky Pot obviously on the back foot here. Shelto still has so much health to play with, has so much mana to play with, but Funky Pot almost completely dead here. He's going to get tapped here.
Oh, man.
Getting mana burned, and that's going to be game number 3 for Shelto.
That's crazy. Are we going to see an upset here? And I don't know if Funky Pot even has shards at this point, because that might have been his last Spellstone and last Hellstone. No shards again. Damn, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. Oh, man. Let's see what Shelto wants to do with it. If I was Shelto, I think I'd want him to get a couple more real quick and summon him back, because then it's like, you know, nobody can say anything. You know, he earned the victory fair and square. Yeah. Report you. He's being a good sport about it. He's being a good sport about it, because, you know, if he upsets Defunct right now and like then he didn't have any shards, then people can be like, nah, he didn't have any shards, you know. So he's being a real good sport about it. He can get a few more shards. Antiquated noblemen always wait for their opponents. Oh man. Okay, he's using.
Yeah, hopefully Funky Pot doesn't fall to his death and take even longer. But I think with this quick little break, I'm going to go grab myself a cup of water real quick.
No worries, no worries. No worries. Shelto, a true antiquated nobleman, worthy of his tunic. So we're up 2-1, ladies and gentlemen. The underdog Shelto potentially about to upset Big Funky Pot. We will see. We will see. How's everyone doing tonight? You guys all having fun? On all the servers around the world? What server you guys play on, chat? Let's get a little bit of engagement here. I haven't been talking to the chat too much. Been a little bit fixated on this on the casting. Megan Giard, subscribe to Tier 1. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate the subscription, brother. We got some people from Arugal, Scarum. Right here on Scarum, huh? Herod, Stalag, Noggin, Kurnax. Stalag. Yeah, a lot of power gamers over on Stalag. That's the Grizzly server, huh? White Man. We love to see it. People from all around different hoods the world over coming to hang out tonight. Rob Mob in the house. Nice, nice. Yeah, man, Dire Mall next week. Drag Thick Med into the casting desk. All right. What is up, dude? How's it going, Thick? You hear me all right? Oh, I think you're muted. There's a server mute in here. What's up, Thick? Can you hear me, brother?
Oh my god, guys. Oh, these soul shards, though.
I know, the soul shards. That is the warlock life.
What are we doing?
Yeah, he's getting a couple more. He's being a good sport about it, you know? Like, running out of shards, it sucks. So he wants to win the finals fair and square. We're up 2-1 right now. So,
man, I'm gonna, as acting referee, man, I'm gonna make it mandatory. You need 3 fell cloth bags full of shards, man.
True, though. True. Yeah. Times are tough out here, though, man, when you're wearing an antiquated nobleman's tunic.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, man? They both got greens on. I don't know how they made it this far, but hey, it's serving them well.
How are these alliances? Have they just been hanging out for the most part? No one's...
Yeah, I invited Zava over, and he brought some Rise members.
You know Java?
Yeah.
Dude, I got beef with that guy, man. I got beef with that guy, dude. He was freaking spawn camping us in Ungro the other day with the Rise
Hey,
team.
man, it's no big deal.
Oh, yikes, dude.
It's Tony.
Where is
Tony
he
and
at,
Zop.
dude? Where's Zhao at?
I think he left, man.
Damn. All right. Let's see how Funky Pot's doing. Defunct. Doing, brother.
Looking forward to participating next week with all the engineering stuff. And I've been winning quite a few of my duels out here in the sidelines.
Ooh, we can do
pretty hot out here.
Bonus duels, ladies and gentlemen. Bonus duels. We got Sasuke versus Ale. Ale taking big damage. Ale fearing all the peasants, doing big damage to Sasuke. Sasuke getting the blind off, but he has deep wounds tick and only getting 1 tick from the band-aid. About to reopen up on Ale. Ooh, just sliced him up right there. Big damage coming out of the co-caster Sasuke.
I'm just, man, every time you see this guy the bloodletter, you know something's about to go down.
Yeah. Alright, chat, while we wait for Defunct, we can try to arrange just a bonus duel between the crowd favorites, and we'll see who's around. If anybody's been watching since the beginning of the stream, let's hear it in the chat, and we'll see if they're around. If you want to see a certain matchup, it doesn't have to be a certain player, but if you want to see a certain matchup, it looks like we still have the Hunter, Deltac sticking around. We have another Hunter, Thick Meta out here. Where's that Druid? The Swifty Bounce? He was a crowd favorite too. Oh, Swifty's still over here too. The Druid, if you guys want to see that.
I would love to see a Druid versus Mage matchup. I'm very curious to see how that would go.
Oh, Mage will get... Well, Mage is on the back foot there, right? Let's see. Do we have any Mages in here? Syraxis, Geb? I'll fight anything except Locklaw. Alright, Swifty, just duel someone, dude. Bonus content right here.
Dueling me.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Hunter versus Druid. The rematch.
And see how thick this meta truly is. Oh yeah, we still need to do the third place matchup. So
do we?
after the finals.
Okay, I have no shards though. I'm not gonna take any gold anyway. I was just gonna give it to the next people.
Looks like the crowd wants you to do it.
Oh yeah? Do they? They know. I'll do it with no shards. It's all good. We'll try it. Try it out. Okay, so we got Thick Meta versus Swifty. Swifty getting eating a full trap here. Thick Meta creating some distance. The pet is asleep, so you can only expect that Swifty opened up with Hibernate off of the start of the duel. Swifty taking big damage. Viper Sting getting a few ticks off, maybe in caster form. See how that works off for him. Getting immediately cleansed off though. Swifty getting the charge into bash, going for a heal here. Let's see if the regrowth is able to connect with that pushback of the pet. It is trying to re-hibernate the pet. Is successful at doing so. Thick Meta getting low here, getting lower health, low mana. Scatter. Let's see if this trap is able to connect. There is the NS healing touch, and that's going to be Nikki Night, I think. I don't think that's just so much value right there, dude. That is so much value. And he's got the freaking skeleton beating on him. Looking like the Druid's taking it. Oh, a little bit closer than I thought, though. Even with the NS, they're still able to inflict some pretty meaningful damage on the Druid. That is cool. Let's see how Defunct's doing.
Yo, let me get a heal, man. I don't have any food for this shit.
All right. Let's see if anybody is any warlock in this raid. If you could get a summon going on Defunct.
Does no one have shards? How about Vecna, maybe?
Vecna, if you are watching, bro, that would be very, very cool.
Nezrul from Invictus here.
Oh no, Vecna's got it, dude. He's already doing it.
Awesome, dude. Let's get this final going. Look at all these PvPers out here having fun out in here in Mulgore. In tranquil, peaceful Mulgore.
You really love to see it. I really can't stop and say, like, I just get such a kick out of watching all these alliance coming here to hang out and just watch the tournament. And I love that they're all cooperating. They're not trying to grief anyone. They're just here to have a fun time and watch the duel tournament. It's really cool to see. And I love that the Horde are not being, you know, evil towards them either. So it's nice to see.
We're all playing nice, dude. What did they say at the beginning? What did they say at the beginning of the classic WoW intro? They're like, the delicate alliance between the Alliance and Horde is broken. It's like we have this delicate alliance going with them right now. We're being peaceful. Maybe it's a good omen. Maybe we'll be able to do some more some cross-faction events successfully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. Thick Meta TV's deep in your Twitch chat, telling all the Alliance to come on over.
Oh, yeah? Nice. All right. Thanks for the patience. I will bring 3 bags next time. I brought 2 full soul shard bags, and I just tore through them. So, yeah, 3 might be the play. All right, guys. If you could be so kind, try and clear out of the play area if you're not casting or playing. Yeah, it is 2-1 Shelso. Yep, correct. Defunct got a second to kind of reset the momentum too, you know, like be able to just clear the mind, think about the matchup maybe a little bit, like think about what happened in the last duel, get a few shards. It's pretty even at this point. I don't know, you know, I feel like momentum is kind of a thing in games in general. Like even after I lost that first one, maybe that's just me. On that first one, I started to like, you know, just get wrapped up in
your
it
head a little bit.
Yeah,
you do
for sure.
So. Well, hopefully Defunct has calmed down a little bit, and maybe he can get his head a little bit clear, and we can hopefully see a little bit more interesting tournament. So, Defunct gonna use his rocket help to CC
the pet. Huge.
Yeah.
That's huge, dude. That's huge. I should have done that. I just realized I should have done that. I just made a strict misplay. Okay. There's the fear.
You go ahead.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, you know, we're saying the same thing. I mean, the Spellstone's off. That's the first Spellstone. Potentially can use 2 Spellstones here. The pet is still CC'd. It's kind of insane. Even though it feels like Funky Pot got a really good opener, though, he still looks like it's about even as far as resources used. I don't think Defunct used his Spellstone, though, as well. I don't think he used it. He is low on mana, though. Low on mana, and Shelso pushing the advantage. Defunct just clinging on to life, no health, no mana. Shelto taking it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it.
In a fair duel, might I add.
Yeah.
They all had the time to get their cooldowns back, yada yada. I mean, that was just clean and simple. What it was.
You are very good at fake casting. Man, some gamers in the house. Okay. So that is it. We can pop back up to the lobby now and like see who's left. There's only a few people up there. I'll see you guys here. I'll drag you guys up there. What is up, everybody? Anybody still alive in the lobby?
Yo.
What is up, Shifty? Some GDs.
Swifty, how you gonna win the televised duel there? How you gonna win that duel? Come on, man. Everyone was watching. I mean, you could have just like not popped all those cooldowns. Come on, man.
Okay, so the
I didn't want to pop that skeleton, but it looked close at the end there.
So thanks very much for playing, everybody. Really appreciate you watching and playing as well. People want to see the 3rd and 4th place matchup, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to go ahead and concede that. I have no shards or anything right now, and I don't know. I'm not sure if Dextrose is here as well. So we'll have so Sheltso winning, Defunct 2nd place, Dextrose 3rd, and myself in 4th. Thank you very much for playing, guys. We will be doing this again next week. Also, Sasuke, I really wanted to shout this out again, is organizing a much bigger tournament than this, a cross-faction tournament, and that's going on, what is that, the 17th or something, man?
October 19th on
October
Saturday
19th.
at 4 p.m.
October 19th, 4 p.m. if you're interested. Also, Sasuke, you do stream as well or no?
I certainly do.
You do stream. If you could put it in the Twitch chats, people could follow you. As you guys can tell, he's a really good caster, cool, calm, and collected, been around for a minute, and we want to do more events like this too. And if you are streaming, I'll host you after this as well. But that's coming up. Thanks again for everybody who is playing. You can open trade and go get your gold bounty, or I can mail it to you. Either way, oh my god, Venom of God, gifting 20 tier 1 subs. That is absolutely outrageous, dude. That is outrageous.
That's the play. It's the big play.
20 tier 1 subs. Holy moly, #1 supporter of the
That's,
channel, dude. That's incredible. Jeez. Thank you so much, Venom, man. Venom's in the guild, member of Invictus, soon to join one of our raid teams. From an active raid, I really, really appreciate it, Venom. Can't thank you enough, man. Sasuke, it's been an absolute pleasure, dude.
Yeah,
an
thanks
absolute
for
pleasure.
thanks for allowing me to shoutcast with you. I had so much fun.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Like
I'm so
I said,
glad.
yeah, the next duel tournament, or the first duel tournament I'll be hosting is again on Saturday, October 19th at 4 p.m. It is a 10 gold buy-in, but all of the proceeds from that gold will be going to the winners. It's going to be pretty much it's going to be the exact same rules that Karkos hosted. So please, 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 if you are interested, sign up.
Right on, brother. So are you going to stream now? Do you want to host, or should I pass it on to someone else?
Yeah, sure. I'll do that right now.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and wait for you to turn on the stream. I'll give the prizes out after we close the stream down. But guys, thanks again for watching on YouTube and on Twitch. I know these are a little bit scuffed, a little bit rough, but hopefully that's just real though, dude. Like, it's just my life for you. This is a Scarum server right here. This is Scarum. So hopefully I'm going to edit this down a little bit, take out some of the scuffedness of it, and then upload it as a VOD so you can rewatch it later. And yeah. What's your Twitch?
Thanks for hosting, man. That was fun.
Thanks so much for playing.
Love you, Cargos.
Hell yeah. What's the Twitch name you have, man? I'll just throw on the host right now.
Sasuke TV.
Sasuke TV. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Gonna end the stream here. We'll see you next week. All right. Take care. Take it easy.